Okay. T, final thoughts. T, final thoughts.
I think Baseball Savant had a really cool update where now you can see the pitch usage.
Did you just glitch?
Huh?
What's up, and welcome back to the Section 10 podcast, episode 585, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your 89 and 73 second wild card team, Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building?
In the motherfucking building. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jake Yazzie.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, Jake. We're going to playoffs. We're going back to the postseason for the first time in the T era. There will be playoff baseball in Boston. And when I say in Boston, it was like, oh, well, they got to go to New York first. By in Boston, like we're in Boston. We'll be experiencing playoff baseball in Boston. We'll be there. We'll be at the House of Blues Tuesday night. One more time, Jake. Tuesday night, the House of Blues. Live show, watch party, 2,200 fellas, Section 10 guys, Section 10 gays, Section 10 girls. Everyone will be there. The House of Blues for the Sox, who have made it back to the postseason for the first time since 2021 with a second wild card finishing season. Jake, I'm going to have to ask you to hit that one more time. A season that was up, and then it was down, and then it was up, and then it was down, and we thought they were out, but then they were back in, but then something happened, and then we thought that they were out again, then we were like, they're back in, and then we're like, well, maybe we can't celebrate too soon, and then we did celebrate. We celebrated on Friday, because that's when the Red Sox clinched their postseason spot that we knew that they were going to clinch. We knew they were going to the postseason. It feels like a very weird year, right? Like, it feels like, like it's been a season of many different chapters, and we've talked about this in the past, that there's been different eras, different I guess chapters, so to speak, of this season.
Iterations.
And
You could do that. Could work there.
Iterations, different eras, all in the same season.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of highs. There's been a lot of lows. There's been a lot of mediocre spots that we've been in. But to ultimately end up here, which is the postseason, which is, there's juice to this team right now. There's vibes at Fenway Park. There's an electricity around the city and around this team right now. So I'm very excited about that. Again, I keep going back to T. Like, it's T's first playoff run.
Jake?
And Jake. Jake came along in 2021, but it was after the playoff run. So, like, he at least...
So it's his first playoff run, is what you're saying.
It's his first playoff run, but it's not his first playoff year.
Okay.
I'm ready to take flight.
No, that's not wrong. No.
Yeah. Like, Jake came in when, he was still riding the wave of 21 when he came in. It's T's first. It's basically Jake's first. 2K's first, Mikey's first, Corey's first. It's gonna be fun. I'm very excited for this. I'm very, very excited, and I hope everyone listening has at least considered coming to the House of Blues on Tuesday.
Yes,
because like I said, it's the biggest venue we've ever had. I think, like, when we first put the tickets on sale, I was definitely expecting more people to just insta buy, but I think some folks were like, well, who are they playing? What time are they playing?
What time is the game?
I think the time was a big factor.
A real fear.
But yeah, Yeah. So now that we know it's Red Sox Yankees and it's the 6 p.m. game, I expect a packed house. Yeah, there was kind of just like, wait, is it the fucking Yanks, dude? Because Sox fucking gods. I don't know if I give a fuck about that, but if it's Sox Yanks, dude, fuck them. I'll be there.
Well, you know about like the rivalry, right, between these two franchises. Like they've hated each other forever, dude.
Yeah. But what a weekend of baseball. What a weekend of baseball. Shout out to Underdog, by the way. You know what? I am the antithesis of Teddy Ball Game, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
When Ted Williams,
not Mexican.
I don't know. I've never done like what is that website that you like send in your DNA? And they definitely don't put it in the FBI database, and they send you back your ancestry. Is it ancestry.com? I don't know.
There's a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Either way, I've never seen that. But I'm not Teddy Ball Game because in the year that Ted Williams hit 406, 1941, there was a doubleheader on the last day. He was hitting 399.99, whatever. Like it wasn't exactly 400, but it would round up to 400. He would have finished the year at 400. And his manager was like, "Do you want to play today, Teddy, or do you want to sit on the bench and hit 400?" And he was like, "You fucking pussy, put me in the lineup." And then he went like 6 for 8, and that's how he got to 406 on the season. So for me, why I'm telling this story is because I think on Saturday I hit my pick'em again, which like I'm pretty sure I hit all but one pick'em in the final week of the season. And then on Sunday I was like, "Do you want to be in the lineup today, or do you want to go out on a winning streak?" And I was like, "You know what? I'm not putting a pick'em out today. I'm going out on that winning streak." And I sat out the last day of the season to protect my winning pick'em streak. And you want to call me a coward for that? So be it. I don't care. I mean,
last game of the season, so what's the word? Wonky. Like, so many things can happen. There's so many guys playing who don't normally play.
Yeah, it's like flimsy.
Jorge De La Rosa, Ruby's brother. You get all sorts of things happening. Like, that's not the day to be picking them.
That's what I said. That was my logic. It was less that I didn't want to if I end on an L, then it wouldn't even be my fault. So I just didn't. I told Skip I'm not going in the lineup today.
Yeah.
But the pick'ems will be back for the postseason. And Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as just waiting for me to put my picks out, taking them, and then more than likely you're going to win. You can also, if you feel so inclined, you can make entries of all baseball, or you can mix and match across your other favorite sports. You can win up to 100 times your money, and it's a ton of fun. I would recommend signing up with the promo code Jared because it'll get you $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared, JARED. All right, so let's set the scene. Friday, Fenway Friday. The fellas are at Fenway on Friday, and you got fucking Stevie Mustachio on the field, and he, you know what he's doing. He's got the camera out, and he's like, "All right, Jared, what do you think about tonight?" And I was like, "You know what, Steve? I think they're gonna fucking clinch tonight." And not only are they gonna clinch tonight, they're gonna be wearing the green jerseys, and they're not just gonna be wearing the green jerseys. They're gonna walk it off to clinch, and and it was a moment that you feel it, and then you see it, and then it's man. What do the kids say? Oh, it's a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, last night was a movie. Friday night was a movie. I wish T was there. I wish
everybody was there. I wish the whole crew was there.
Yeah.
I was having FOMO when you guys, I saw the pictures on the field after. I was like, that's a once in a lifetime kind.
Could have been you.
I had to work. I had to work.
No, you didn't.
Work.
No, you
Did
didn't.
I not work that night?
6 to 7, and the game I believe started at 7. You could have been there by the third inning if you wanted to be.
8 p.m. mid game. That feels almost disrespectful.
No, it doesn't. Everyone knows that you had baseball hour. You could have came in the third inning, and you could have been part of that crew that was on the field. But you didn't want to be there, T.
Someone had to cut up those post game celebration clips for Twitter.
You were all over it, T. You nailed those.
I was cooking. I was getting after it. I also was on the radio again later that night.
For what?
I did Joe Murray show.
How long?
15.
Which one? I love Joe Murray, but which experience is more of a once in a lifetime? Calling it.
Well,
for 15
realistically,
minutes
I could have probably done a
or
phoner
being
on the field
for a postseason
No doubt.
celebration. What?
Realistically, I could have probably
Joe
done
Murray.
the phoner on the field.
You could have grabbed players. You could have tossed it to them.
I can tell you this, T. Very much have been. No, I didn't realize it at the time, but very much have been part of a playoff celebration and on 98.5 The Sports Hub at the same time.
I've heard. Very hammered.
Didn't know. Very dangerous, by the way.
Yes.
It worked
Yeah.
out. You were doing all sorts of radio from the field that day. You did CCK. You were all over the place.
Yeah, that was the infamous. Is this Kevin? That was yeah, that was a day. If and when the Red Sox ever win the World Series again and that happens, take my phone away. Just take it away. Like it was not the place to be.
How about T just getting bullied by Hunter Dobbins?
Oh, wow.
We'll
Yeah,
get there. No, we'll get there. We'll
Okay.
get there.
That was
Put
a
pin
boom
in it.
sauce.
Yep, put a pin in it. Hunter Dobbins, by the way, I don't know what the deal is for guys like if they're injured, if you're in the dugout still, because is he going to be in the dugout?
Yeah, he was part of the celebration. He was posting some like
I
pictures
know,
and
but like
stuff.
for the playoffs, is he going to be in the dugout? Because if not, then he's going to be at the streams for sure.
Oh, he's
has to
not
be.
able to build up like Roman Anthony and Marcelo Meyer are. So yeah, I would say why not. But
We'll
I
get
don't
to
think
the bottom of this.
Yeah, Cutter Crawford isn't with them, so I don't know if it's one of those situations. But he was part of the
Right.
team.
All right, we'll get to the bottom of this because if we can get Hunter Dobbins at the stream, it'll be great. All right, so
Awesome.
Friday, we're down on the field, and Zach Kelly comes up to me, and he's like, "The boys need War Pig shirts," and I was like, "Say less, I got you." Call up Chris at Sully's. Chris, we need a box of War Pig shirts. He's like, they're sold out, pal. The restock is on Monday. I can get them there on Monday. And I was like, well, they will be gone by Sunday night. They're going to, they're definitely starting the postseason on the road. The ship has sailed on a wild card series at Fenway. So I was like, that's not happening. So then we scramble and we're trying to find print on demand, places that are open on the weekend. Apparently that's like, I've never done print on demand before, but apparently it's just not a weekend operation. So we had to go through 4 or 5 different fucking places. Finally found a print on demand. And you know what? I'll give him a shout out. Let me see.
Wow.
Shout him out.
Yeah, I got to give him a shout out. It is Ben Franklin. Shout him out, man. You would have thought he would have stopped the electricity. He didn't. Ben Franklin _ Print Co. Located in Middleton, Massachusetts.
It is Mother
George
Teresa.
Washington.
Yeah, Ben Franklin. Yep, shout him out.
Still with
Came
us.
through in the clutch.
Shut
Doing
the
shirts.
fuck out.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, shout him out. So
Did he die from the electricity?
no, nope.
You could have given me 10,000 guesses.
Ben
Franklin was not coming
shout
out.
him out. So put in the order Friday night on the fucking field. They are printed Saturday night after the game has concluded. Pick them up Sunday morning and drive to Fenway Park. And it's like, so the way that it went down was it's very fucking Boston, right? So everyone knows Jimmy. Jimmy, he's the guy that's at the players' parking lot. And Tom McLaughlin, Red Sox clubhouse attendant, like he runs the clubhouse over there. If you saw my Like a Pro episode, shout out to Mikey Eamon. We shot that in 2022. I was a clubby for a day, and Tom McLaughlin is like the head honcho over there. So it's like, yeah, dude, you got to go down to Fenway. You do the drop off to Jimmy. Jimmy gives it to Tommy, and then the box gets in the clubhouse. So I'm over there. Fucking, there's people. It's for a 3:00 game on Sunday. There was a lot of people out there by the players' lot waiting for the players to show up at 10 o'clock in the morning. Show up, do the fucking drop off, and I'm like, now I got to get out of here because I'm going to the game with my mom that day.
Was that you?
Shout out to Ellen.
Was that you? That was you doing your voice then?
Yeah, that was you doing you right there? Okay.
Yeah, I got to get out of here. I was like, yeah. dropped off the box. Now
I gotta get the fuck out of here, Ellen.
Ellen, I gotta get the fuck out of here, right? So I went this morning from my house to pick up the shirts to Fenway, back to my house. My mom came over, and then back to Fenway, then back to my house. And this episode of Section 10 was shot out of order because I went from Fenway to the emergency room with Train, who got into a car accident and smashed her face.
Car hit Train.
Car flipped.
Car flipped.
Yep.
It is totaled.
Train flipped. Mm-hmm.
She was at a red light, and some woman in a truck smashed into the back of her car and knocked her unconscious. She looks like Jay Leno. Her fucking chin is swollen and blue. It looks like she grows like a heavy goatee and then shaved it, but has like a 5 o'clock shadow on her chin.
That's Stamos working.
Yeah, she's got the Leno Stamos combo going, and then to make matters worse, she's got the fucking Heath Ledger fucking from the lip over to the cheek cut. So yeah, she's all banged up. So we were at the emergency room for fucking 5 goddamn hours. Came back, did the podcast, now this is live. But the money shot, we got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. The War Pig shirts are in the clubhouse, and we got the money shot of Garrett Crochet wearing the t-shirt. So all is well. All is well in the world for the mission that started off on Friday right before the game.
You mentioned Jay Leno. Do you think anyone has ever had a bigger head? And I'm saying this as a big head guy. A bigger head than Jay Leno? This might be a 1 seed for big head dudes.
Ted Kennedy comes to mind. He had a massive head.
That's a big head.
Jay Leno should be fucking jailed immediately. He's part of some of the shadiest shit going on right now.
Because of the Conan stuff? Yeah, I agree.
Dude, he's been beat up like 54 fucking times. They said he fell down a mountain like 3 months ago at a hotel.
In Pittsburgh. He was trying to get to like a Howard Johnson or some shit, and he went down a hill.
He's been like burned like 32 times. Like the only way this dude is alive, it's like some Tony Soprano shit. Like someone's meeting him in the parking lot and beating the fuck out of him every 2 to 3 weeks.
Big head.
Pop the head open.
Yeah, but he's on the I mean, because he's got a big coiffed of hair too. It's really just like jaw and hair though.
I suppose. But like if you just type in Jay Leno right now, it's just like bang, like his head takes up the entire image.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on in the face.
He looks exactly like Martha's grandfather.
Oh,
he looks like a fathead. Like he actually.
Hey.
Oh, I'm saying Jay Leno.
Really?
I didn't agree with your thing because I don't know the person.
I googled big head celebrities. Leno's one on
he's number one. Okay, yeah, a 1 seed.
Michael Moore's 2. I don't know that I consider like he's just a big fat guy.
I thought you were doing no. I didn't know that was like a pointer or something. Okay, yeah.
No,
Jared.
I started here.
Okay.
Is that actual eye black or did you borrow like Martha's mascara?
No, this is real shit.
You got real eye black.
Yeah.
He just stone faced. No, this is real shit.
Real shit, dude.
He also where'd you go? Did you go like Dick's?
Yeah.
You did.
The eye black section.
Yeah, he did it during the intro, right?
Yeah.
He did it during the intro. So when we get to the end of the episode, he's not going to have it on.
Yeah, classic T. There's no way he would have thought about that.
No, look. Yeah. This is the actual Sharpie. I just smudged it and I went like that.
So it's not eye black.
No, it's not. I was lying. I did it during the intro.
Yeah, I watched him do it.
Why? I mean, it looks better, but why Sharpie? Why won't you get real eye black?
Are you about it or are you not?
He
when I do this shit, I'm okay with it lasting forever. I'm okay if it's permanent. If that's what it costs, I'll step up and look like this.
It's great getting a question. You're like, I don't even know how to answer that. What is that?
Yeah.
What am I going to pussyfoot
around?
around?
Hey, you not?
Listen, bud, you about it or you're not? Like,
yeah.
Answer
this is the sweat-proof shit. No matter what happens, it's going to be on.
I'm with T. He started with the Sharpie. It's the playoffs. Now's not the time to be fucking around and switching shit up. Like Steve, if Steve shaved his mustache tomorrow, I'd be
okay. Wait a second,
What?
Coley.
What?
I mean, you just said now's not the time to be switching it up. I mean, the whole point about Hunter Dobbins was that T changed his profile picture right before the playoffs.
Oh yeah, that was stupid as fuck, and he should. Right, but he can't. You can't. Like he can't do that too. Now he can't re-switch it either.
I mean, Hunter Dobbins called for suspension over this?
No, definitely toss him. Of course, that's obvious.
Hey!
No, it's so obvious. What a stupid.
Give me a second.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Why did you do that?
That's
insane.
crazy. I remember for the 2013 playoff run, I was sitting on, I was following 617 people, 617 for Boston. And there were people, obviously, during a playoff run, you meet people. There's new people that pop up on Twitter that you're like friendly with. You want to follow them. And I would not. Like, I was like, we're on 617. We're staying on 617. And then they won the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't dare change my profile picture. Like, right before the playoffs, that's insane, T. It really is.
I just felt on the brink of a new era. I felt like I was entering a new chapter in my life, and I recently updated. Okay, hurtful, very. I recently changed my Instagram picture. I'm trying not to cry. I changed my Instagram picture, and I was like, "Oh, you know what? That would look good as my Twitter picture." I cropped Martha out. Love you, Martha. She felt more IG than Twitter. I love Martha. I'd die for her. But I thought it was time for me to switch it up. And I could throw in like the Red Sox celebration. It was like the October like outlook. Like, oh, okay, we're on to the next part of the story.
In your defense, not having Martha in like, I feel like most people don't have like their significant.
It's hard to get two people into an IG photo.
Yeah,
it's a small circle.
Yeah, it's a small circle.
So you guys are telling me I should kick Martha out of my IG photo?
I thought you said
she's not in it.
No,
Martha's in my IG photo.
On IG, she's there. On Twitter, she's not.
I consider Instagram like a little bit more personal.
She is. All right.
Yeah, that plays. It's a good pick.
I think it's too dark.
Too dark.
I don't think the lighting's good for like when you zoom in, it's fine. But when I just see you scrolling, I think it's too, like your face is too dark.
I can see that.
The IG one is fine, honestly, but I do agree with the McMahon because, like, when I'm scrolling by, I'm like, oh wow, this person kind of tweets like Tyler. Yeah. And I realize, oh, okay,
who is this guy?
This is Tyler. Okay.
I don't know that you ever should have changed from your anime one, to be honest.
That was the last one he had.
The name
redacted.
No,
you had something since then.
What was your last one? No, I'm blanking.
It was Worcester last year.
Worcester.
Oh yeah. We had a whole segment on your spacing for that. How you crop.
Yeah, I don't really wear my hair like that anymore either.
You don't wear your hair like that?
No, I kind of do it a little differently. No, the anime one was kind of like everlasting on Instagram, but that was before Section 10.
All I'm saying is that's how I see you when you tweet. Like, you're that guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. I don't know. I've tried to make it like a little bit, I don't know, professional.
I think
looking.
It suited you, the anime one. It combined all your interests. Tweeting, anime, baseball.
Let me see.
Now I just look like everybody like Red Sox fan. It doesn't stand out.
And I think it's just the lighting of it.
Yeah, the lighting.
It is a little dark.
I mean,
like mine's at night and it's lit, and I'm wearing black and it's lit better than yours. Shout out Mikey.
That was right after the Nick Sogard walk-off and Corey was trying to take care of everybody getting pictures. I blame myself.
I mean, it's not a bad photo. It's just it's
not
more just like the timing of it just feels very
crazy. And Hunter was right to bring it up.
He was.
Go respond to Jerry.
It was hurtful that arguably the biggest Hunter Dobbins supporter was the first one to take an arrow to the heart.
Well, I think it's
self-inflicted.
It's a veiled compliment to be like, I know the pod lingo.
That is
dude.
cool.
A starting pitcher on the Red Sox suspended you, Tyler. That's kind of crazy.
It's probably the biggest accomplishment in my life.
If you go big picture with it, like it's an honor.
Yeah.
I do find it funny that Hunter Dobbins misses baseball so much that he is listening to the podcast. He is on Red Sox Twitter. Like, this dude truly is in the middle of all of it. Like, how could you not love that? I prefer if he was on the mound, but, you know, the second
not
best
only do I
option.
love it, I want to be a part of it. That's why he has an open invite to come to one of the live streams at the house.
I don't know if he's traveling with the team or not. Hopefully we get past the wild card round and there's some home game. Who knows? I don't know. If there's any way that we can have him be a part of this, he has an open invite. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited that the players want the merch too. Like I never know. Like
super excited.
I'm never like I think in my head, I was like, all right, just ask them if they want it. But like my fear of rejection made me not do that. Like if I was like, hey, do you guys want like a box of merch in the clubhouse? And then if they were like, nah, we're good, dude. Then I'd be like, all right, I'll just
don't
go
want
fuck
your
myself.
shirts, bud.
Yeah,
keep them.
Yeah, save
They
it.
seem pretty
Save it,
pro
t-shirt
merch.
boy.
This group feels pretty pro merch. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah, seems like a
There
merch
was-
group. I mean,
there was
obviously,
a
look at all the
whole-
shirts they've had all year.
Yeah,
That's
there
what
was
I
a
mean.
Globe story of like I think it's Pete Fatsy's friend is a t-shirt guy.
Yes.
And
Great
they've essentially
read, by
been
the way, really good
incredible.
read. Yeah,
And they just, whenever they want a shirt design, they just send it to him and he's like, here, 3 days later.
it's one of the few times I read an article this year, and I was like, this was worth it. It was worth the 5 minutes.
Yes,
Named
because
Paul or something, I think, T. Yeah.
Something like that. I'll look it up.
Terry.
Shut up, Paul.
yeah, forget. I was in the dugout talking about how we were scrambling to get the fucking War Pig shirts by the end of the homestand because I was like, they're not going to be here on Monday, and there's no guarantee that they'll ever be back again.
That's it.
so-
Blown the place up. Yep.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know where to do it. And then someone said Fatsy had a t-shirt guy, and I was like, all right, got to track down Fatsy. Never saw him on Friday, so
Paul
It is what it is,
Procopio.
Yep. There you go.
shout him out. Shout out
was-
Ricky with an I, a wonderful woman who has season tickets in the Aura Club, and this is a tie-in to another story from Friday and Saturday. So Friday, I met Ricky for the first time, and I guess if you have season tickets in the Aura Club and you go to all the games and you scan in, you get points. And she had like 15,000 points. And we met for the first time. She came up to me and she was like, pick something out. And I was like, no. Like, I don't need anything. And then she's like, no, pick something out. And she showed me like the catalog. And it was like a bunch of the giveaways from this year. And she was like scrolling. And then there was Dominican night. So there was like it was the white jersey with the Red Sox logo on one side, the Dominican flag on the other. And I was like,
that's why you had that. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, actually, I kind of want that. So then she was like, boom, done. And she clicked on it. And then an inning later, she brought it over to my table. She was like, here you go. I was like, wow, you're awesome. And then today I was with my mom and she walked up to the table. She's like, we bought a bunch of these and I figured that you would want one. I was like, you're amazing. Shout out Ricky. Shout out Ricky with an I. What an amazing woman. She bought me
Shout
this
her
shirt too. But here's the tie-in to Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So Saturday, I go with Train and my sister. So we all know, like, my sister has a ridiculous Boston accent and a very short temper. So after the game, we are driving home. And Train has to sit in the front seat. She gets nauseous. So sister's driving, Train passenger seat. I'm driver's side back seat. And we're driving down Boylston. And this large Suburban that's going the other way tries to bang a Yui to go the way that we're going, but just blocks fucking 3 lanes of traffic basically to try and pull this off. My sister driving, she's, an expert in driving in Boston. She's like, fuck no, you ain't fucking cutting over here. And so then she pulls up so that this Suburban can't cut in front of us.
What
and
did she
then
say? Again.
Hey, fuck you, motherfucker. You can't fucking cut us off, you fucking prick. So then I see a kid in the back seat. He screams out the window and calls her the C word. So I see that.
How old is this kid?
26,
that's
27.
not a kid.
Oh, no,
Okay,
I thought
you were
this was
saying
like
like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. Like edgy 12-year-old.
26, 27. 26, 27.
Oh,
So,
geez, okay.
So
Grown man.
I
And not
see him
kid.
say that. I see him say that.
Same
And I was
age
like,
as
Jenna, stop
This
the car.
child
So,
yells out the backseat.
no, he's like 26, 27.
Okay.
So I see him call her this word. And I said, Jenna, stop the car. and she stopped the car, and I popped the door open, got out, and I was like, "You motherfucker!" And I was like, "Do not call my sister a blank." And then he was like, "Carabas?" And I was like,
"Oh my god!"
And I was like, "Listen," I was like, "I know that she's insane, but do not call my fucking sister that word." And he's like, "I didn't even say that." And I was like, "I read your lips. I know you said that." I was like, do not fucking say that.
I was saying
and
bunt.
And then bunt. And then the dude sitting next to him he's like, we listen to your show. And I was like, I don't fucking care. I was like, not the time. I was like, I literally just popped this door open expecting to kill the both of you. Like, imagine, like, I'm wearing a Dominican Red Sox baseball jersey. Like, you're about to get run up on by El Supa fan. And he was like, all right, fine. Like, he de-escalated really quick, get back in the car, and then off we went. But yeah, that was that would have happened in my Dominican Red Sox jersey on Saturday night, right on Boylston Street. Yep.
Sheesh.
That would have been very funny.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's like one of those things where
what an eventful weekend. My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those things where, something happens and it's not something you think out. It's a snap of the finger reaction where, are you about it or not? And I was in a car with 3 women, so I had no backup. And there was a car of 3 dudes. That could have gone very poorly. You
also, that's like a quick reaction thing, right? It's like, I'm either doing that. You have like 0.5 seconds to do that.
You don't even think about that. That's just like, oh, you called my sister this word? I'm going to fuck you up.
Look, I'm out of the car now. I'm in your face. Yep.
Yeah, I've exited the vehicle. The seatbelt is off. I'm on Boylston Street, feet on the ground. But yeah, I don't know. I was expecting him to like send me like a message and like apologize or something. He did not.
He made the show. There we go.
Did make the show.
If I was him, I definitely would not want you to know my real name.
I mean, if he apologized, I wouldn't. Like, I'm obviously not mad about it anymore, but
like, you'll forget his face in like 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah, you're saying that would DMs. Then be next to his like username and all that. Like, 3 years from now, he runs into you, you'll never remember.
I would not dox him. I would not put him on blast. If he were to reach out and be like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry," I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, no, apology accepted."
I trust that you wouldn't. He's probably just worried.
Yeah.
Don't be worried. Yeah. Don't be worried.
So you want the apology?
I don't care.
I'll take the apology if you'd like to send it over.
Yeah, apologize to T for what you said to Jenna.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, what a weekend. So, we go back to Friday night. Friday night, the boys are up in the Aura Club.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, that dude that was chirping me being like, "You're up in a $5,000 suite." I called him a broke bitch. I was like, it's like $125 to sit in the Aura Club. It's the best value you can get at Fenway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I believe the Monster seats cost more, but the
Monster
Aura
seats
Club
are crazy expensive now.
Yeah, like they cost more. The Aura Club, you can see there's no blind spots. You're behind home plate. You can see everything, see down both lines. You have a great read on balls in the air. You have clean bathrooms, short line for the bathrooms. There's a bar. There's a restaurant. Everyone is super friendly. Shout out to John. Shout out to Pam. Shout out to everyone up there.
Ruth.
Allie.
Ruth.
Morgan. Shout out Ruth.
Nicole.
Shout out Trixie. Yep. Shout out Darren on the 1s and 2s at the bar. Yeah, everyone up there is A1 top notch. And no, it's not $5,000 to sit up there. It's like I think it depends on like who the opponent is, but like very affordable for what you get when you sit up there. But we were up there for Friday night. It was me, Stevie, Mikey, Jake. Are we missing anyone?
What's Tommy, Prosciutto, Poppy, they joined.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Prosciutto Poppy and Tommy G.
Poppy was there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they came. Yeah, they came on Friday. So we're down 3-0 early.
Oof.
We're down 3-0 early. And I love sitting next to Mikey because of how passionate he is. I love sitting next to Mikey because he's so passionate and he feels every emotion.
He will boom.
But when things are going bad, I can't because his negativity seeps into my brain and he's got me thinking negative. Whereas like before, I'd be like 3-0. This ain't so bad, but 3-0 in Mikey's brain. It's like, fuck, dude, fuck. Dude. And I'm like, it's not that bad. Like
Mikey is my boy. We have been tight for a long time. I know before he even says anything that he's upset. Like you can just tell by his energy that he's about to give off the biggest fuck like of all time right before it happens. Mikey and definitely hop in here if you want. It was the first inning and Harrison obviously didn't have it. And I think he walked a guy. I forget exactly how things were going, but he walked a guy, gave up a hit, and he's like, "This is absolutely catastrophic." This is a fucking disaster. Dude.
That was my favorite part of the City Connect game when we went was listening to Eamon boo the Red Sox from the monster.
Right, exactly. There we go. But no, he was so pissed, and I'm like, Mikey, it's 0-0. Like they haven't given up a run yet. He's like, nope. If he gives up a hit here, I'm leaving. I'm like,
the best part of the Mikey experience is if Jake is also there because. Like if you watch Jake watch Mikey because they live together, like he knows what's coming. So he's like so used to it that when Mikey's on one, you just look at Jake and he's just like, hey, that's what he's gonna do.
That's what's gonna happen. He's as authentic as it. You're never gonna sit next to a fan that is more authentic than Mike Eamon. It just comes out like at all times. It's funny too because like obviously
so
when we're at the games, like we're rolling, like we're always like recording everything, and the amount of wasted videos over the course of the season. But you do it for that big moment, the big homer, the big swing, and so Mikey will like record something, and then the second he hits, like the second he's done it. Fuck, dude, what the fuck is going on here? Like he'll wait to hit pause and like be done and then let it out.
Big spot in the game. 2 outs. David Hamilton rolls over to second base. Nice at bat, David. Yeah, nice effort. Hey, Dave. Nice at bat, kid.
Way to have him ready, Cora. Way to have him ready.
I live and die on every pitch.
Yeah. Every pitch.
Just me.
You can't teach it. Like you either have it or you don't. Some people are like, what's going on? It just comes out of them.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
The best.
Sometimes I can definitely get negative. I know that, but
Mikey's correct. Like a big baseball game, which Friday objectively was
huge.
You can lose in the first inning. Like I know it doesn't seem that way.
I Cora managed it the way he did.
I know.
Steve, I did say.
What was the line? What was the line?
I think 3 is manageable. I said 4 were fucked.
Right. No, but I just remember in the first inning, you were like, this is absolutely catastrophic or something like that.
That was the biggest game we've been to in years.
No, I know. But I was like, Mikey, they haven't given up a run yet. So I think we always try to meet in the middle a little bit there because I'm always a little too positive. And then you kind of, bring me down the other way. Not in a bad way. I think between us, somewhere in between is probably accurate how to view the game. But no, I mean, you weren't wrong. Like the way it was going, especially coming off the Dice K first pitch, that had the people going. People were excited about Dice K throwing a Veritek.
Local kid.
Local guy out there on the bump, For a second there, we thought it was going to be Dice K first pitch and then Yoshida walk-off, which would have been great on, Japan night. But, he kind of, the atmosphere was, I mean, we were a little upset. I know, Mikey, the first thing you had mentioned, I didn't disagree with you. The crowd didn't fill in until like the third inning or so, second or third inning, which I was a little surprised that it wasn't like packed in the first inning. It did end up being one of the best atmospheres of the year, but right out of the gate, it was dicey. That top one was not great.
Bad.
Yeah,
I
probably.
A few people said it was pretty bad getting in, so it did fill up, but it took until like the third inning, maybe.
Yeah, and T, you mentioned it later in the show, but that catch by Duran. Because off the bat, I'm just like, okay, inning's over. Like, we got out of it. And then I'm like, what is happening here? Like, that could have been a nightmare.
The Rafaela ball that should have been a home run. Like, did we ever get
the Nathaniel Lowe ball?
We didn't talk about Friday really much. It was just like
no,
the
we didn't
first
talk
inning.
about any of it.
Okay. the Rafaela ball off the wall on Friday. Do you know how many ballparks was that a home run into? I feel like you would know that.
The one to center field or the one to left? The one to left.
No, the one to
also
left.
Also the low one. I think it was 15. I think we said it on the stream.
Yeah, we did.
Jesus Christ.
What about the low Vaughn one? He smoked one top of the wall.
I think it was like 9 out of 30.
Okay.
Thought it was a little less, but it was gone places. I was shocked the Rafaela one to left didn't go out. He was just saying he wanted it to be more dramatic, I guess.
Yeah. He set himself up, self alley-oop. Yeah. Friday night, ballpark was buzzing. And I don't know, man. Like, there's just some nights like.
T, what do you got, T?
It was 15 out of 30 for Sedon. It was 3 out of 30 for Nathaniel Lowe.
Okay.
Got it. I remember game 6 of the 2013 World Series going in there being like, they have to win tonight. Like, there's no alternate universe where, they lose tonight but win tomorrow. Like, they just have to win tonight, and then they did. I felt the same way. Obviously, the stakes are lower trying to just get into the postseason, but going into Friday night, it wasn't like a prediction. It was just a feeling like they have to win tonight. Like, I kept saying, what do you think? What do you think tonight? They have to win. I wasn't like, they're going to win. Sox win 4-3. I'm like, no, like they have to win tonight. Like, there's no other scenario here, which is crazy because the Tigers were very much playing for their postseason lives as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously they weren't having a fantastic September, but their backs are up against the wall. They know it's the last series of the season for them too.
I think and tell me if I'm wrong here, Jerry, but the vibes at the park were as if this like was the ALDS. Like we've been gone for so long from the playoffs that I think just the idea of clinching a playoff spot is equivalent to what like 21 would have been of making the ALCS against the Astros. And that's just kind of what it felt like, right? As the game was going on, like it was tense and everyone kind of knew exactly where it needed to stay at, by the way. Like that, it was like 3-0. It's like, it better stay here or else this is going to be over real quick. So credit to the Sox, credit to the pen.
It was Cora's finest game of the year. By far. Like, to come in and manage the bullpen that aggressively, he knew the exact temperament of it. And I think a lot of it is you had a lot of guys on this team that have not won here, that have not had that moment here. So until you do it for the first time, your ass is going to get tight. Like, it is until you've done it here regularly. And like, that was the first time for a lot of guys that they sealed the deal. Even someone like Bregman, who did it in Houston and didn't do it here. Like, Garrett Whitlock's the only active guy on the big league roster who was part of the 2021 playoff run. Like, this is a new experience for so many of them. And while the playoff odds and everything were in their favor, until you do something for the first time, it feels almost impossible or like you're going to blow it.
And
that's what go Coley.
I was going to say it would have sucked because obviously Houston goes on and loses that night. Yeah. So they still would have got in, but that's not the same. That's not the same feeling at all. Like, remove the walk-off aspect of it. If they just win that game, they feel great about themselves because what Steve just said, it was a playoff game for both teams. The Red Sox just played 4 playoff games in a row between the Toronto series, who were very much playing for the 1 seed, and that game 1. Game 2 and 3 were not playoff games at all by any stretch of the imagination. It was kind of embarrassing. The Tigers barely won game 2, but this was they won 3 out of 4 playoff games. That has to make you, even me, feel more confident and better just about their temperament right now heading into this next series.
It was just different having that feeling back again of being nervous. I was like, I'm nervous. What the hell's going? Like, honestly, during the game, and I was talking to Mikey and Jake about this, of like, they got to keep it right here. Like, this isn't the 3rd inning. It's like the 3rd, and you feel like it's bottom 9 or top 9 of like, oh, if they give this up, then they're screwed. Credit to Justin Slayton, by the way. Coming in 2nd and 3rd, no outs. They had just gone up 3-0. He gets Torres, Torkelson, and Riley Green. Like, honestly,
I think they had Mats come in, right? Like, they used 3 pitchers in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, he didn't finish the inning.
They went from Harrison to Slayton, and then Steven Matz that
Slayton,
aggressively.
Right, Slayton got 2, and then Matz got the last one. You're right. So, like, them combining to get those 3 outs and keep it at 3-0. And then when Yoshida gets the 1 run in the bottom of the 4th, it's like, okay, you're feeling it. And not to say, because Jared, definitely called it at the beginning of the game, but we were talking at that point of like 3-1. They're wearing the City Connect jerseys. That's a walk-off score. Like 3-1 in the 4th is like, that's kind of exactly. Yeah, honestly, like we weren't even like fully kidding.
Like, and Steve, you'll love this reference. So it's very much like like Dudley Boys versus the Hardys. And like it's like 5 minutes into the match, the Dudleys set up the table on the outside of the ring. And you're like, someone's not going through that right now, but someone obviously someone's going through it later on in the match. Like you didn't set that up for no reason. That's how that felt. Well, once it was 3-1, you're like, they're kind of like, they did set up the tables there. I think someone's going through that table later tonight. Like, you're not fooling me. And to Steve's point earlier about like the division series vibes, I think it's more like we've been out of the postseason for 4 years and we're not taking it for granted. I think that there are fan bases where, you know, they go every year or, you know, 5 out of 6 years, they're going to the playoffs. I think Red Sox fans are now conditioned to like, it could be another 5 years before we get in. Like, let me just appreciate this instead of talking about a window or instead of talking about how our chances might be better next year if Roman's healthy for the whole thing. I'm just going to enjoy this one, you know, for whatever it gives me, for however deep they make it during this postseason run. I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is because I don't know when the next one's coming. Like next year, I think everyone keeps using this example and they're 100% correct. Look at the Baltimore Orioles. Yeah. You know, everyone's like, this team is either going to win the division. They're definitely going to win a wild card if they don't win the division. Like nothing is guaranteed. And how their core, you know, like Adley Rutschman, he hasn't panned out the way that I think a lot of folks thought he was going to. So for as young and as talented as the Red Sox are, you can't just Sharpie them in to the postseason for the next like 4 years. Cole?
All disrespect to the Baltimore Orioles. My immediate thought was I was disgusted that it had been 4 years. Like, obviously we lived through it, but like this especially now with the expanded playoffs, like this has to be the standard getting in. Like, I'm glad that
the Orioles are frauds for not spending.
That's what I mean. The Orioles are, I don't give a fuck about their young core. We are not the Orioles. I've never want to look to them as like what we should be thinking about ever.
No, like, but even with the,
I know what you're saying. They had the talent and shit goes awry. I mean, look at the Mets. I'd rather look at the Mets, who had the best record in baseball. What was it, June, whatever the fuck, maybe in July,
and then had June,
horrific collapse, the 4th worst record in baseball since they got that spot. That's where it's just like, oh yeah, if you're that good, you spend that much. They have a decent young core too, especially pitchers. Like it can fall apart. We talk about this season. How many times do we think it's falling apart? It's falling apart. Like it as much as that is, there's still 6 fucking playoff spots. Like that's more than enough if you're the Boston Red Sox to make it every year. You're not going to win the World Series every year, but I don't think that's asking a lot to finish as one of the top 3rd in your league.
But it shows you where our expectations are, though, because this would have been the first time since 1982 that they missed the playoffs 4 years in a row. So I think that concern level of like, God, how long is this going to last? And obviously we talk about it later in the show, but the Raffy trade and everything that entailed and kind of what our thought process was when that went down, 31% chance at that point to make the playoffs, but everyone would have said 0% chance that that's going to happen. Then to climb the hill and actually make the playoffs, it's like, okay, like I kind of thought for a lot of this season it wasn't going to happen, and it actually happened. They're going to erase a streak that feels like 10 years, even though it was 3. See?
Yeah.
I do think like you look at something like Garrett Crochet too, and it's like you take him out of the equation. We know how pitching injuries are. All of a sudden your whole situation changes. But look at the Yankees. They lost Garrett Cole and they still found a way to be right in that spot because they're willing to spend money and they're willing to make some uncomfortable moves. So yeah, I really do think there's no excuse at this point moving forward. Like with your spending capabilities and the young core you have, there's no reason why you shouldn't at least be a wild card team almost every year. No, actually every year for at least the next 5
just every
years.
I agree.
Or division winner.
I agree. But even, you know, like I guess we'll get to the story about getting on the field after the game, but you know, talking to Cora on the field after the game, just being like, it's like, man, you know, like 4 years, it doesn't necessarily feel like a long time, but think back to what life was for all of us in 2021 compared to now. It doesn't feel like a past life, but so much is different. So much is different now compared to 2021. And he was like, look around. He's like, it's me, Ramon, Whitlock, Duran. That's it. Like those are the only guys
and
that
like
were here.
Barely Duran, if we're being honest. And we were talking
he wasn't even on the
about
playoff
that
roster, right?
No,
Right.
He felt like he barely even deserved to be in that celebration. So like it's basically Whitlock. That's it in terms of players.
in
like he said.
21, not Friday.
And if Tanner Houck was healthy,
yeah, obviously. No, he actually would say that, by the way. He's like, no, I wasn't good enough. So like,
suck, dude. Yeah.
As Marcelo, it's like, woohoo, let's go, baby.
Marcelo, I love Marcelo. His wrist looks so healthy doing that. I was like starting to get angry.
He took grounders today.
I know. That made me feel great. I mean, he probably loosened it up, shaking all those bottles.
Yeah.
He was the designated beer dumper on the whole team. He had everybody. It was so funny.
I did not know that he was at the point where he could be taking ground balls. Like that's a very short recovery time for a wrist surgery like that. I mean, it's not like a major reconstruction of the wrist, but
I was surprised to see it.
Yeah, I hadn't gotten any updates to be like, oh, he's, resuming baseball activities soon within a week. It was kind of just like I saw TC posted a video like, here's Marcelo taking grounders, and he wasn't just taking grounders, he was like making the throw to second base, and
he was doing baseball stuff.
Yeah,
it
was
surprising.
nice to see. But yeah, either way, Friday night was a very fun night. It was it played out like a movie. And even just, everyone kind of thought the same thing. You get Ceddanne Rafaela up in that spot. I don't care if he's hitting 200 with a 6-something OPS. You get Rafaela up in the 9th inning with the game on the line. That shit's over. It's over. It's incredible. In between Rafaela being as clutch as he's been and the green jerseys every time that they've won, having been a walk-off. I don't know. Like, I understand the Red Sox. They didn't even win 90 games this year. They did not finish runner-up in their own division. They finished in 3rd place. Still a playoff team. But just some of the things that happen over the course of the season, you're like, okay, yeah. Like, it's not, you didn't back into the playoff. Like, something like that where if the Red Sox had lost, but then the Astros lost, then they get in. And it's like, well, that would have been anticlimactic. They got in on a fucking walk-off at home. In the green jerseys. Yeah, on a triple.
That made you lead all of baseball in walk-offs at the same time.
Yeah.
Like to kind of add to the magic of the year. Rafaela this year in the 9th inning, he's hitting .313 with an .896 OPS. In high leverage spots, it's an .808 OPS. In medium and low leverage spots, it's a sub .700 OPS.
I mean, what's the Coley tweet? What's the Coley tweet?
It's the greatest tweet of all time.
It's the most accurate tweet ever.
Who among us
so right.
has seen this coming?
I think Garrett tweets it out every time, and I'm like, damn, man, that is all time. I'd hang that on the wall.
He next year and for the rest of his career, when he goes through one of his like 0 for 40s, and when people start losing their mind, shut the fuck up. Like I don't care anymore. Like if he hits 150 next year, but all 150 are walk-offs and big hits in the 9th, and then he's playing platinum glove center field. Like that's one of the best players in baseball. So I don't want to hear
for the
it
contract. Yeah.
Ever again. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. But like, no matter what, I'm taking that every day of the week from any of our guys. If they're going to be the best defender at their position in the sport and also one of, if not the most clutch hitter in the league, yeah, I'm going to take that every day of the week. I don't really give a fuck if my 9-hitter won the first 7 innings of the game's got nothing for me at the dish, which, by the way, that's also hasn't been the case for the last, what is it, 8 games?
That's my favorite thing about the way he ended the year, and it's the same with Massa and Nathaniel Lowe in a lot of ways.
Sure.
But over his last 7 games, 360, 407, 600, and 1,000 OPS, 9 for his last 25. 4 of his last 9 games have been multi-hit performances. He did that once from September 1st to September 18th. That bumped up his offensive stats. He has a 92 WRC plus for the year. If I told you coming into the year he was going to get back up there, and 10 days ago, it was right where it was a year ago. This heater at the end kind of was the cherry on top to show that, yes, he took a step forward this year, 10% better as a hitter. Like, you got to tip your cap to that a little bit. Jared.
That's tip your cap. I feel like I'll ask Steve. How many times do you think Ceddanne Rafaela struck out in that series?
In this Tigers series?
Yep.
0 times?
Just once.
Okay.
Was it on Saturday?
I don't know when it was.
If it was Saturday, we said that game doesn't count. So
throwing it out.
The average strikeout percentage for a Red Sox player in this series was 27.2%. It was 8.3% for Ceddanne Rafaela.
Yeah, he had a great last week. Big time. I mean, also, and I was going to mention this later, but it fits now. Dude got benched, or not benched, but like pinch hit for in a walk-off situation with 1 out and a guy on third. They're like, we don't think you can get a sac fly here. And that was on Section 10 night. I remember seeing that happen, obviously being down there doing the videos and everything. I'm like, oh, damn, they're pinch hitting for Ceddanne in this spot. Like, how is that going to affect him mentally? I'm sure AC and him talk a lot, but like, I don't know. I don't know if you can talk your way out of that one. So to see like the head up, gesture by Cora afterwards when he's about to do the post-game walk-off, I think speaks volumes, honestly, because that clearly they've had a lot of conversations of like, we're going to need you. This team wouldn't be here without you. And then sure enough, he has one of the biggest swings of the year. But like, even just thinking back on this team, that's what I was going to say. Like, I think back on this season and it's like, who do I visualize? Like, who are the players that come to mind? I don't want to sound crazy here, but it's like Ceddanne's like the first guy. I think he's one of the first guys I see. Obviously Crochet, obviously Story, but just in terms of like the moments. And at Section 10 night, in terms of House of Blues there before, that Ceddanne shirt has gone like triple platinum. That, Ice in the Veins shirt that every like TikTok user has made and benefited off of, credit to you, is all over Fenway. Like every kid has that. It's because he's kind of got that juice. He's got that special sauce. And I remember seeing this last year, and I think it played this year too. Maybe not as much in the second half. There's a lot of times where Ceddanne will be slumping, but you don't really notice it as much because of what he can do in clutch moments. Like those almost make up for those stretches where he's not hitting the ball. I'm still going to think that there were some egregious at-bats in the second half. But for him to come up in that spot, I think we all expected him to get the hit.
I mean, answer this question, because I think, Roman Anthony being off the table due to the injury, if you were to tell me right now, Tuesday night, it's a 3-3 ball game, it's the 9th inning, runners on second and third, you can handpick any guy in the lineup to be up at the plate. I kind of think I would pick Ceddanne.
I don't know if I'm quite there yet. He's in the top 3. I'd put him up there. I'd just be worried about him swinging at a ball that's in the dirt. That's all. Like, because he wants the moment so bad.
Part of the reason it works is because pitchers are shrinking the zone because they don't want to pass ball for that guy to score on from third. Like they're not expanding their pitches as much, even though they should, because he would definitely swing. He's going up there to hit the ball out of the ballpark, but pitchers and catchers are so nervous that they're going to get a pass ball, some slider or some shit that gets away from him and the run scores without even a bat on ball. Well, that's why it works so well. They have to throw strikes.
Jerry, you need a 900 OPS guy.
TS10?
You know who's way up there right now?
Connor Wong?
Masataka Yoshida.
No. Yeah, Masa's been real hot lately.
I'm just saying that moment in New York last year, I could easily see that happening again in this series.
Yeah, short porch. Yeah.
Narvaez would be 2 for me.
Yeah, he'd be high.
Cap is up there. Too. He's obviously got motivation.
I'd put Bregman in that spot. I'd still trust him to come through.
Sure.
I was talking to AP about this. It was a valid question. He was like, do you think Jarren's going to have a great season, postseason, or an awful postseason? Because I don't think it's going to be anywhere in between. I bet in these games he either goes like 1 for 9 or is one of their better hitters, honestly. And I'm not fully sure which one to pick. I mean, obviously I want him to do well, but he could be a guy too that hits a bomb and just you already see him yelling, running around the bases, or a big triple, and Tyler's got to take his tits out.
But he had big swings in this series, like Jarren Duran, big stage, came alive.
Today,
Friday
and
too.
Friday. That was massive. They'd be going to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Might be better.
Yeah, tied it. He tied it, what, in the 8th or the 7th?
Which game?
Friday.
8th. The 8th, yeah. 8th inning.
Yeah.
Yep.
He tied it in the 8th on Friday. And then he
hit on Sunday.
Yeah, he made it 4-3, and that was the final score. Game winning.
Threw the dude out at second.
Double.
The next inning, I think.
Oh yeah, played that ball off the wall perfectly.
Oh
yeah.
Could he have like a? Do you remember how bad Johnny Damon was until the end of that Yankees series in 2004?
Yeah, he didn't drive in a run until Game 7.
Like barely didn't have a hit, and then he had like multiple grand slams, like in the same inning. Like it was insane. I could see that happening, where it's like, gee, do we have to like not play this guy, and then you obviously don't take him out? That would be insane. We don't have enough horses to even think about that. But that's how bad it looks. And then he has one swing, and he's Lil Poppy. He's hitting like 450 the rest of the way.
Lean into your power, Jarren. If you're
Agreed.
Be Yankee Stadium,
well, especially there, yeah, obviously. I mean, that's what we had talked about earlier in the season of them getting that tiebreak, or the Sox getting it. We're like, all right, this is going to help that series won't be in Yankee Stadium. Yankees then, I mean, what was their record to after that series? They had to be one of the best teams in baseball.
Yeah, they've won 12 out of their last 13 and 8 in a row.
The Yankees
Sox take 3 out of 4 there and just wax them, and it's like then they just can't lose against anybody else.
They met someone.
Yeah, they've also played trash. Like, I'll be fair on both ends of it.
Anyway,
White Sox, O's, Twins. I think the O's twice over that stretch.
To that point, though, Jerry, because I was looking at this for our preview notes, and I thought this on Friday, too, especially in the 9th inning. Once Chapman shut that down, which I still think needs to get more credit because obviously he's a great closer and all that, but he has held so many ties over the course of this season that they're just massive situations when that's not your most common.
With the leadoff double.
Yeah, true. That was huge.
2 of his best sliders, I think he's thrown all season long, and that's saying something. But those 2 strikeouts, 1 backdoor, 1 that was essentially back foot, holy shit. That wasn't just blowing heat by guys.
No, he gets that strikeout, and it's not if the Red Sox are going to get the walk-off, it's who's getting the walk-off. And so, obviously, at Fenway, I think they used to have the Dunkin' Donuts seats out there behind the bleachers. I don't know if they're still there, but that's where they have the lineup up there. And so we're just looking at it of who's coming up. Initially, we thought it was going to be Yoshida because of Japan Night and Daisuke and all that. But it hit me, any of these guys can have a big swing. And I know you'd probably say, well, that could be the case at all times. And no, I wouldn't say that at all times. Like, I'm looking at Duran, Story, Bregman, Yoshida, Romy, Sedan, Lovan, Wilyer, and Narvaez. Tell me that like one of those guys can't have a big swing in New York, and I think you're lying, honestly. So I understand the lineup hasn't been great as a whole since Roman went down, but I wouldn't be stunned if any of those guys went deep in New York.
Wilyer is going to be huge. Him getting a couple bats on balls this series was massive. It wasn't just striking out and going right down.
I'm very fascinated to see. He'll probably be entering the middle of games, I'm assuming, how they handle it with Rob and Massa and him in terms of going up against Fried and Rodon, 2 lefties. How confident are they in Wilyer in a platoon like that kind of spot? When he was right, they weren't willing to let him face lefties regularly. With him being pretty cold and still working through things, are they even more aggressive towards the lefty platoons?
I think I would DH Rob to start games because Wilyer's defense is better than anything either of those guys can give you. And then you can bring Massa in for Rob when they go to a righty later.
Unless they look at the short porch and right and they say, maybe
I think that's even more important. Keep guys off second.
Maybe
if Rob misplays it, then you're looking at a triple. Like I would want Wilyer out there for the defense, and who knows what happens hitting the ball. But I also don't want him coming off the bench. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I feel like he's not the best pinch hitter in the world, but I could just be
especially
wrong.
if you haven't found your rhythm either. Like
that's what I mean. Like I'd rather him have bad at bats against lefties so that he's like ready for the righty as opposed to just sitting cold all game and then coming in later.
And yeah, to me, like I land in that camp with you. I think defense is so important in the playoffs. I genuinely, in these low scoring games, it can be the difference between it all. And holding a guy to a single versus a double, I would still lean that over platoon too.
Steve, Coley, were you saying you're talking to Abreu, right? Is him coming into the game?
No, I was saying start him in right, but start Rob. Or I was saying, I don't like his pinch hitting versus his starting the game.
You'd rather start Abreu, right?
I'd start Abreu in right, and I would have the Massa Rob platoon that Cora was talking about the second Devers was traded. Like against the lefty starters, Rodon and Fried, I would for sure start Rob at DH and then bring Massa in later when they go to lighter, whoever the fuck they bring in.
Okay. Yeah, Wilyer off the bench is 150 this year. In 18 games.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't love that. Yeah.
Dude, I have his pinch hitting stats as even worse. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. I feel like I remember
sub. Yeah, pinch hit is probably different, right?
I have a 0 batting average, a 0.67 OPP, 0 slug, and a 0.67 OPS, and 14 at bats, 15 plate appearances.
Yeah, I'm glad 0. I wasn't just making that up. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
So no, he needs to be starting if just for the defense. I don't give a fuck if he's hitting like 7th, because then think about how dangerous your 7, 8, 9 can be if it's still like Rafaela. I know these last 2 games don't count. I can't have him hitting 5th, 6th. Like,
oh, crazy! No.
Get him back to 9. have that spot there. So when the lineup turns over, especially late in the game, you got all your big hitters going.
Well, I think there's some people who believe that, José De León, you DFA him. Ali Sanchez moves onto the roster, and the Red Sox are either going to go 14-12 position player to pitcher split or 15-11. Teams did that last year in the playoffs, and leaning because shorter series, you need less arms overall usually. Do they kind of do that so they can get really aggressive with the pinch hitting, like they did with Narvaez throughout September, and what they did with Wong and all those spots?
Yeah, I'm fine with that for 3 games. At 5 for the ALDS and beyond. No,
I need the arms.
Yeah, and I think they agree with that. I don't think they would do the same, but I also can't have Ali Sanchez catching Chapman. Like, I can't have that.
Don't disagree.
Can't have that, won't have that. But before we move on, I do want to stress, I said this on the stream with me and T, Rafaela turning that into a triple, like, it's funny that it was a walk-off triple because you rarely see that, but him running hard in the off chance Romy gets thrown out at home is so important, and it gets overlooked because he scored easily, but the fact that he was just like, not a home run, let me book it to third, or as far as I can go. Who knows? Maybe they get him out, they try and pick him off at third, he scores there. I just love that he didn't just settle for a single or a double or whatever the fuck. Like, he was like, no, I'm going to keep trucking in case shit happens. And the post-game answer was beautiful when he's just like, I never get scared. He's like, sometimes I'm going to get out, other times I'm going to do that. And there's no reason to be scared because only one of 2 things can happen. And that's the exact mentality of like the coldest man alive.
I think you said it, Coley, how long he was holding the ice in his veins after it happened. Like, he was walking around for like 5 minutes just holding it.
It was funny. Like, I feel like these guys are very aware of the camera now because there's so many of them. The amount of Sox photogs, and they're all incredible, but there's more than they've ever had. And so, like, camera guy for Apple's coming up. You had some of the photos coming up. He's like, all right, whoever's trying to get this ice in the veins, like, I got it. Like, I'll give it to you for the broadcast. I'll give it to you for the social media girl. Like, anybody that wants to get this, I'll give it to you. It almost made it seem like he had forgot to do it initially because he's just, the emotions are coming over him. And he's like, wait, I got to do my thing. I got to do my move.
He was so, like, the emotions at third.
That was a great moment.
That fired me the fuck up.
Yeah. He basically touched third with his helmet, just like bending down. Like, that was awesome. I was getting like misty up in the Aura Club. That was incredible. I didn't even know that was you, Jared. That was such a crazy moment. Everyone's just jumping around. I didn't even know that you came over to start jumping up and down with me. I had mentioned that to Jake and Mikey afterwards. I was like, that was Jared? I had no fucking clue. I just thought it was someone in the Aura Club.
You should have saw me and Coley sitting in the stream, and we watched Jared, and all of a sudden the lights are going, and we're probably still about 2-3 seconds from it happening on our screen. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck did he do? And then we watch it all happen, and we're still reacting like something was going to go wrong. Jared was celebrating for like 15 seconds. And I was like, what is going to happen?
I did not think something was going to go wrong.
I don't know. I was like,
you're like, no we there.
It's still happening.
Yeah. I was like, I feel pretty confident that Jared and everyone else aren't trolling us. And
they're literally flashing all the lights. It's like, oh, when he's thrown out at the plate. What the hell was that?
That was so overwhelming.
That's the second Fenway walk-off on tied in the 8th this year.
Oh, yeah, who was the other one?
The Raffy homer. Off of, was it Pierce Johnson? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Rafaela. Cold as ice. Almost as cold as a blue moon.
That's right.
Yeah. Born in a ballpark 30 years ago at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado, no baseball day is complete without Blue Moon Belgian White. Blue Moon's bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees one-of-a-kind beer drinking experience year-round. And for the occasions when you want a lighter option, reach for Blue Moon Light at only 95 calories and 3.6 grams of carbs per 12-ounce serving. It's a refreshingly light alternative beer brewed with real tangerine peel. Looking for a great-tasting non-alcoholic beer? Try Blue Moon Non-Alcoholic, still made with real Valencia orange peel with or coriander and just 80 calories. T, do you have any Blue Moons watching the Sox this weekend?
Yeah, what else would I be drinking?
I'm just asking because I feel like sometimes you stray from God, so to speak.
No, don't listen to these idiots who spread false rumors.
Wow.
Sorry, Mom.
You talking about your mother and your girlfriend?
Martha is clean. My mom, her hands are dirty, and she will pay.
Inspired by the beer you already love and available year-round, a wheat beer from Blue Moon with exceptional taste and only 95 calories, brightly brewed with real tangerine peel, tastes light and refreshing. Nothing compares to the great taste of a Blue Moon Light. Blue Moon made brighter. Get Blue Moon Light delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Suck one.
Fall is here, guys. This says football season, but it's playoff baseball season where I come from, where you come from. Anyone listening to this cares more that it's playoff baseball season, I would assume, but it's yard work season. I was doing big yard work earlier today. It's still like 90 degrees in Maine, which is not a good sign. But it is a good sign for Mando, because boy, oh boy, do I need it. Staying fresh can be a challenge. That's why you need to hear about Mando deodorant. From pits to, well, everywhere else. Mando high performance odor control and sweat control that actually lasts all day. Forget those colognes that just mask how stinky you are. Mando blocks odor before it even considers starting. It's one stick, two jobs. That's coverage through double overtime games. Again, extra inning games is where I would go here. That weekend project you've been putting off and finally getting to. Even those extra long pre-holiday shifts where you're just watching that clock tick, 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 tick. You're good. It's not magic. It's science. What I like about Mando and what T likes about Mando, you can kind of stash it anywhere. I personally like the wipes. You can put those right in the bag. You hit a flight. You get that weird flight musk that you pick up right when you get off, right when you land. You just tap yourself down. But Mando, let me tell you what they've done, Steve. Clinical strength sweat control. One swipe and you're good to go. You're not grinding it in there all day just to hope and pray. After 12 hours, underarm sweat was reduced by 92%. 92% compared to whatever nonsense swill you've been using. Deodorant has been re-engineered to stop odor before it starts. It doesn't just mask odor, it prevents it. 100% of study participants experienced all-day odor protection. Not one of the 100% walked out of there stinking up the joint. None of them did. Mando Starter Pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, and 2 free products of your choosing, like the mini body wash and those aforementioned deodorant wipes. Plus, these sickos have thrown in free shipping. I don't know how they're making money, so this is a great time to take advantage of these people. As a special offer for our listeners, new customers get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code. That code, of course, is section 10 at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. shopmando.com. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Mando's got you covered with deodorant plus sweat control. Say goodbye to sweat stains and hello to long-lasting freshness. Steve, I assume, based off what we talked about in the St. Louis, there's no need for any of us to sweat. All of our season predictions were 100% correct. Yes.
Yeah, that was the thing. So at the end of every year, and by the way, credit to, I'm just going to pat myself on the back here. Credit to me for remembering, because I think every other season I forget to bring these up in the last episode. So awful on me before, great on me now. T, you have a thought? Over to you.
No, I feel like I remember last year when we were doing our awards and everything. I think that's the exact moment you remembered we never went over any of our season predictions. And like the look on your face was heartbroken. Like you had failed everyone. And there was no chance anybody else was going to remember. It was only you who was going to have that thought.
I obviously, over the course of the season, I got my stuff I like doing for Section 10. We, of course, have the award show like you just talked about, which hopefully this year happens in November. It goes down, as you guys that are listening know, after the season is over, after the postseason is over. We want that to go for a while. But yeah, I was going back and checking out that first episode. By the way, Cole, you mentioned the St. Louis thing. That feels like 30 years ago that we were in the St. Louis for opening day. I watched back the IG live we did, and we're just kind of walking around, and the comments are just like, what the hell are you guys even doing in St. Louis right now? It's like, dude, The Red Sox, obviously, like Red Sox opening day. That was our great
Stephon Diggs just signed, you idiots. What do you mean?
Right, that is
it
when
looked
Diggs
like
signed.
the Me Plaza on Wii. Like everyone was like walking around, kind of like doing their own little thing.
It was all like, tap on one of these guys to like have that experience as you go through one of the worst cities on the planet. My God, St. Louis is so bad. But no, that was definitely an experience, and we had a fun time, and then we wrap it up with our preseason prediction show before, doing the live show for opening day. Red Sox Rangers, that feels like an eternity ago. Christian Campbell having that big home run. Kind of feel for him now. Where is Christian Campbell now? Where is Christian Campbell now, T? He's just at
Fort
home.
Myers.
Right? Oh, he's at Fort Myers.
Fort Myers, working out.
He's with the Fort Myers boys. But yeah, the first one here, and Tyler, it's credit to you. We got the preseason prediction of what is the Red Sox record going to be. This is obviously pretty soon after the Breggy signing, after spring training. It's after the Devers drama of him going to DH. I actually jokingly in this episode in the preview was like, oh yeah, what are they going to trade Raffy and have Roman be the DH? I'm like, whoa, that was that was actually a little bit weird. There was zero seriousness in that at all, but somebody had clipped that off and sent it to me a week ago. And I'm like, that's eerie to say the least. But Tyler, I think you had a good one, man. I think, and your logic was good. Obviously, it's hard to do these without knowing the Raffy stuff.
Is this just my record, or is this every prediction?
It's just the record. You don't have the other predictions because you weren't on the show. You weren't on.
Yeah, you aren't there.
Yeah,
where was I?
You weren't in St. Louis. What do you mean? Where were you?
Where were you? You tell us where you. Where were you?
I forgot that you guys recorded a podcast down there.
Yeah,
that's what we led with.
I apologize. Hold up, let me put my hand up. I apologize.
Okay, as long as you apologize, that's all.
For some reason in my head, your St. Louis trip was in May. Like it wasn't opening day. I don't know why I think it was opening day, but I do remember everyone wondering why you guys were there on opening day when the Red Sox weren't there. So
it was Red Sox Cardinals, dude. That's what was going on. Everybody knew that was the deal. And but yeah, you had the record prediction that was the closest, 91-71. Had some solid logic. That was all just like via a text you sent me, but I'll tell everyone his logic was perfect. I had 93-69. Jared had 94-68. Coley had 99-62. If you're doing the math, that is what he had. And then Jake had 161-1, which the Red Sox just missed. Barely. Yeah. That's why, and Jake, I don't know if you want to hop on here for a sec, Jake, but you must have been sweating out this last game because it was really close to you nailing the record.
Yeah, no, that would have been a big one. I was confident when I dropped it, but made the playoffs. Still a pretty good season. Next year, try to go 161-1.
Yeah, no, I mean the option is there. They obviously can do it. It's just about if they want it. That's what it comes down to. Like, do they want it bad enough? If I'm not mistaken, and T, you would know this. I don't think any team won 100 games. I believe.
Nope.
Yeah, what was the highest win total? Was it the Brewers with like 98, 97, something like that?
Yeah, they have to be. They're the 1 seed out there, and our 1 seed was almost the 4 seed.
Yeah, 97-65.
97-65 is the best record in baseball. So the Jays were what, like 94-68?
And so are the Yankees.
That's the 1 seed in the American League. It's 90.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
That should make you feel good as a Red Sox fan. Don't feel bad about that. That should be a reason to be positive.
I do feel like, and I love doing the 162 game pace stuff. It's one of my favorite things ever. I probably talk and tweet about it too much. But the line for getting into the playoffs kind of stayed the same the entire season. It was like right around that 87 win mark. And I think that's where the Tigers finished. They finished right at that like 87 win total. That's all it was going to take to get in there. The Red Sox end up with 89 wins. So none of us get it right. Tyler ends up being the closest. Jake just missed it. But no, it was good going back and listening through and being like, wow, it was just a different time. That was a different time. Tyler?
Last time a team didn't win 100 games in the regular season was 2014.
Wow. Okay. 11 years.
I was 16. I was young.
That's
driving.
Crazy. Yeah, not even
my hairline
close
was
to
intact.
Our age at that point. But yeah, that was the record one. And then all right, this one's funny. And T, I really wish we had yours for these. We just don't. So you're kind of not included.
It's probably for the best. I'm going to be honest. There would have been a lot of Tristan Casas in these. Let's be for real.
Yeah, probably. But this is where I'm just going to blow myself a little bit because I kind of nailed these next two. So Rafael Devers, and these were just like Stevie P lines. I couldn't really find these lines anywhere. So I just kind of made these up. The Devers higher or lower for home runs, I said at 34.5. He finished with 34 home runs, so it's a really good line. Okay. Obviously, when that was made, we didn't know any of that shit was going to happen, that he was going to get traded, yada, yada. Jared said obviously higher, and he went with 37. I said it's going to be lower by a half a homer. It's going to be 34. Jared immediately said, well, you're incorrect. Just want to have that on the record. And that is the exact right. Home run totally finishes with 34. Coley had higher. I don't think you said a number. I think you just said,
no.
Yeah. Well, you said he could get up to like 40 plus, and I fully like agreed with that. I was like, yeah, if he's just like mashing. Yeah.
I was trying to incorporate like that he wasn't going to get hurt because he was DHing. He wasn't going to have that August
Mr. 163
drop off. Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
He did play 163. That was the first time since what, 08?
Yeah.
Justin Morneau, yes.
17
Where did
years.
I don't remember Justin Morneau getting traded.
He didn't. So it was a tiebreaker game 163 that they had to play in. And I guess he just, you speak about Justin Morneau, you don't expect him to be that healthy, but he made it that far.
No, but he was still young then, right? Was that his MVP year or the year before?
Home run derby year. He beat Josh Hamilton. Nobody remembers because Hamilton had the ridiculous round.
No one does remember that. It's like when Pete Alonso beat Vladdy when Vladdy hit like 70 home runs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder what his pace was before the trade, because San Francisco's obviously not like a homer paradise.
Yeah, so your logic was actually pretty spot on based off of that. Like in a hypothetical land where he stays here and just like plays on the team and they just figure out whatever the fuck the clubhouse stuff was, like he probably would have been around like 41, 42, something like that.
Yeah, he had 15 homers in 73 games before we traded him.
So that's
okay. So
maybe like 30.
No, it would have been.
Yeah, it would have been right 30. There.
Yeah, probably.
Definitely not 40.
Yeah, 32, 33. Yeah.
That still kills me. I still think like one extra week with Roman and Rafi, and they're just like, "Oh, this is sick. Who gives a fuck?" Like, and then they just keep it going.
We're gonna trade the picture. Like, I know we've had that convo on here, and like, even us, we're like, "Holy shit!" But people in the comment section completely didn't believe it was real. Like, people were like, "This is AI. There's no way in hell."
Yeah,
it was quite the 5 days, the 6 days.
That was, I think it was Maddie, one of the Red Sox photogs that took that, and Castillo put it out there. And a lot of times Castillo will, tweet stuff. I was like, rah, rah, rah. And I was like, Castillo, this is a good tweet. This is actually a good tweet. Like it's an image of them kind of looking at each other, and almost with like, I don't know. Now knowing the trade, it like feels like the photo
Devers looks so angry and mean in it. He's laughing, looking at Roman Anthony, like looks like he's having the most joyous time of his entire life.
Looking at it now, I'm like, this is kind of eerie, honestly. Like Roman's the dude that just basically takes over for what his spot was. But yeah, 34.5 was the line. Lower, higher there. I forget what Jay Hay had on it. I think he was lower too. Yeah, he had lower for that as well. But yeah, Coley, you would add it as, and this makes sense because we brought up the Poppy element of this because there was a lot of talk in the offseason of like, guys, come on. Rafi's switching to DH, like David Ortiz is his buddy and he can just tell him all the ways and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, technically, but they've already been buddies. And then now, I mean, they don't seem to really be friends. I mean, the way that all went down, for David to be like that open and that against Rafi, I can't think they've spoken since then, right?
I mean, Rafi hadn't spoken to him before then. He clearly, he was the one who was like, I don't really care about this old man. That's what it was reported. That's what Ortiz was saying. He said Devers.
Yeah.
He was posting texts and it was like text after text and they were all from him. Like Devers was not responding.
No, and the non-responding on the text and then like them not talking a lot in person are different things. But
I'm not saying in person. I just mean like
that he wasn't answering the text. Like no, that was
calling him or texting. Yeah, I think if they saw each other in person, it was probably cordial. But yeah, there was also that Cora thing when the day it was announced, they were like, "Will you ask Ortiz for it?" And Cora was furious. He was like, "I'm the coach of the team. I don't need anyone's help on this," and that was wrong. That turned out to be incorrect.
Yeah.
Ortiz also had the thing, 2 years ago now? And this was, in the thick of the Rafael Devers era where he was like, the only guy who ever reaches out to talk to me is Bobby Delbeck. That's the only guy. He's like, sure. Bobby Delbeck will come and ask me a question, but that's really about it. He's like, I wish I had more of a relationship with players, but they don't really seem to want that.
This kind of bugs me because I feel like this comes up a lot. I was doing one of those, the BR streams, the BR walk-off streams I do for Bleacher Report. I was talking to Jimmy Rollins before we went live and just kind of congratulate him because he was in like the Phillies, Wall of Fame and had a really good speech about like, we were great because we weren't soft. And I'm like, damn, like go off, Jimmy. And he was telling me that he'll text, Bryce and Trey Turner. And like, a couple of years ago, it was like maybe a little bit more, but that he doesn't really hear back as much. That's not like a super common thing to hear back from some of the top dogs. And that just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why would you not like lean into that? And I know from the outside looking in, it's a lot easier to be like, oh, well, he's awesome. You should just be replying to him. Like, we don't know all the info and everything. But when Poppy said that, I'm like, damn, this is seemingly more common than you would expect, that these guys are kind of just in their own space and not interacting with the legends.
He's not the only guy on the Red Sox. Like Jim Rice has actively been like, yeah, they don't want me talking. Like the team doesn't want me talking to him. So I don't really get it. I don't, to your point, I don't get it at all.
I don't know what Jimmy Rollins' like situation is with the team. I don't know if he's employed by them. I do think the David Ortiz thing, being an employee of them, could impact how you feel if you're having a massive disagreement with the organization and then all of a sudden they're sending an employee to come and talk with you and you're supposed to be honest and saying how you feel. You're treating it like it's a friendship and a relationship, but in all reality, you're here on part of the Red Sox. You're here to do business by them. You're not here to be my friend, even though it's being portrayed like you're trying to be my friend and mentor. So like, I can understand where that's sticky. I agree with the premise that you should use these older players and see what you can get from them, because listen, they've made it through their careers, and even though the game is so different today in terms of just the information and the data, there's plenty of things you can learn from these guys. And we've seen plenty of former players become great hitting coaches. So it's like, it's not like you can't learn anything from them. It just feels like it's one extreme or the other. You know what I mean? Players are either not talking at all, or you get these guys who just say, hey, man, this guy has really been my mentor, and I'm going to credit him to so much that I've done. Just, it should be part of anything anybody does. If you're young, go talk to people that know stuff about the game.
I do think a lot of it comes down to credit and wanting to make sure you can just do your own thing and feel like you get the credit for doing your own thing, and not like, oh, well, so-and-so told me this, so that's why I'm playing better right now because I got some advice from David Ortiz. But we've also had that happen in the past where it's like Petey was like the pitching coach in like 2017 or something like that. And it's
he was still on the team.
He was on the team. Yeah, that is a little different. But it was around when obviously, post Machado slide, and it's like, okay, he's now transitioning into like the mentor guy and the coach guy. But yeah, that's always going to blow my mind. Not taking the advice from the older dudes and almost seemingly ignoring them is crazy. When that news came out with Rafi that he wasn't responding to texts, I'm like, damn, that's nuts. And I'm not even saying this in like a sports radio way. I'm more just like, that is surprising that actually was the case. But yeah, anyways.
I think T's got a good point though. If Rafi, who hadn't heard from the team at all, sends a team employee to talk to you, it's probably in his mind too late. But
it's also like, if you're Rafael Devers, no offense, like this is a guy who's made $300 million and like he got a $300 million contract. Like if you compare where Rafael Devers was at David Ortiz's age, Devers is on a whole different stratosphere in terms of what he had accomplished at his age. So like sometimes people want a mentor, sometimes people don't. Like it just depends on the type of person. And I also think a lot of these organizations, they may try to throw it on the player. The truth is they are so detail oriented and they are so down to the wire with what they want these guys doing. They don't want anyone getting involved. They don't want outside labs getting involved. They want you to do exactly what we tell you and stay away from everything else. Yes. But like, and that's where you get like that kind of push and pull. You know what I mean? Where, you start reaching out like that player did who walked up to Jim Rice, and the Red Sox are like, stop it right now. We told you what we want you to do. Don't do anything else.
Yeah. Rafi wanted to show up and play ball too. Like that's, I think it's going to be different from player to player. I think the fact that Rafael Devers was as good as he was, obviously there's going to be more eyes on him, and like we'll find out more about these kind of stories. Like if someone else was traded and Poppy's like, yeah, he wasn't answering my text, I'd be like, well, whatever. That guy's not even that big a deal. Like Rafael Devers not made it a whole thing, but like whatever his routine was his routine. Obviously it's still working in San Francisco. I never made a big deal out of his slump out of the gate in San Francisco. I thought it was interesting, but also just on a human level, it's like you try getting traded like that and just having to like, mesh with some new team in a ballpark that's one of the hardest to hit home runs in. It's not, you're not just going to show up and start mashing. Of course, the human element played in that situation. So it is what it is.
Yeah, then he went on a tear. But the one thing that confused me, people were like, because what did he finish T with like -1 defensive run saved or something like that at
Devers?
First? Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And people were like, look, he stinks at this. It was like, yeah, that's what he told you. Like that was why it was always a bad idea. Well, and I would argue,
even if so, he actually finished with 1 defensive run save plus.
Okay, so
but even if he was -1, that would have been fucking incredible.
You would
have been doing backflips for -1.
You would have taken that.
It was a principle thing. That's what it came down to.
No, I'm not even talking about that part of it. I'm not even talking about that part of it because we agree at least me and you agree with that. I can't remember
Yes.
Steve's stance off the top of my head, but like if he did stink at it, that would more prove the point that it was never the right idea.
You saw, I remember I posted the highlight clip or like the package. It was probably August or something. Those first couple games, it was weird looking. He didn't know what foot was going where.
Which is what it should look like.
But he got it done. He got it done and he got better at it. Not shockingly, like I was someone who always said I didn't know if Devers could play first. And I'll credit like Lou Marloni and everyone else who was like, hey, he's a third baseman. He'll pick it up. Guess what? He picked it up and he handled the position. And they're not going to need that from him long term. But it's nice to know if Bryce Eldridge goes on the IL or something, you just plug Devers in there and you can get by for a day.
He didn't want to be embarrassed. I think that's one of the biggest things. I will always think this, and I remember tweeting it out when it happened, that Raffy kind of used the cover-up of I can't just play every position to really hide the fact that he just didn't want to play first base, and he knew he probably wouldn't look great at it. And if you're that good of a hitter, which he is, one of the best the Red Sox have ever had, I remember people really shit on me for saying he would have got a statue here if he stayed his whole career. I still stand by that. I don't think that was terrible. T probably didn't love it, but like...
No, but if he performed like he did in the playoffs every year, like people want to... Rafael Devers is one of the best postseason performers of his generation. So like if you have a 5-year run here where he would have went bonkers... Wouldn't shock me one bit if he had the legacy that would be worthy of some kind of statue or something.
I think he would have needed to win one or two, at least one more, if not two more rings.
Yeah, because he's not going to be known for 18. Yeah, it's just like he was on the team, but
Nunez had bigger moments in 18.
Yeah, if he did what he did in 21 on a World Series run, it would be something where people would be like, "Holy fuck!"
Oh, sure.
Devers one arm being, arguably besides PK Hernandez, your best player on offense.
17, he was like the only one trying against Houston.
Yeah, I think everyone else wanted to lose. Yeah, he was very excited to win. They're like, we're not winning this series, dude. Like, I don't know what the hell your problem is, but we wanted to get swept. I'll never forget that first game. What was it Pomeranz that got destroyed and then Sale lost? And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, Sale got smoked. It was like 7 runs or something.
It was early too. And it's just like, okay. And not at that point that we were like, something's going, there's probably some trash can stuff going on here. But that was definitely eye opening when that happened. But no, the Devers thing it's just funny. I got to say, it's funny even listening back to that predictions episode and the way we were talking about him. It so pinpointed a specific time in Red Sox history where it was like, we were all pro Devers, like pro.
That's what bothers me. It's that the minute he was traded, everyone had the same reaction. And then 3 days later, there were a select group of people that immediately was like, guy's a scumbag. Nobody on the team liked him. He wasn't really the guy we ever wanted here to lead the team. And it was like, all you guys, no one sucked Raffy off more than those people. No one hyped up Raffy more than those people. But the minute they heard from people inside the organization who were on the wrong side of it in a lot of ways, that, he wasn't, he wore his headphones in the clubhouse a lot and he did these things. It was all of a sudden he was the biggest asshole anyone ever met in their life.
Right.
The narrative flipped on a fucking dime. It was just
immediately,
like that.
Immediately. And it was still kind of a blurry situation before the trade. I don't want to act like everyone was just pro Raffy and then all of a sudden the trade happened and they're all like, he sucks. I do think when the spring training stuff was going on, it was tough.
Think about how people reacted that day.
It was the week, I would say.
While he was still on the team that day and he had just homered off Max Fried and we swept the Yankees and won 5 straight, there was no one who was like, you gotta get rid of this guy.
No. It was quick. The turnaround was quick. It was like within 2 or 3 days, like, oh, well, there you go. He didn't text Poppy back. So there's your answer. This guy fucking sucks. Like that's basically how it went. But I mean, obviously when everything was happening in spring training, because we just recorded that show soon after, it wasn't a lot of time. The season predictions episode was pretty soon or like pretty close to when all the Devers shit was going down. And I feel like we had a pretty universal, take on the show. I think we were probably barking at each other a little bit, but that was over just specifics of like making it as big a deal as he made it. Like I played third and it's like, well, you're going to be DH, Raffy. I think it did a little bit get into that situation and space of like, you're forgetting you're an employee of the team. So that's the only thing I was ever really upset at him for. I never really even cared about the first base thing. I remember you saying this, Coley, and I agree with you that, he knows he's not going to be great at it. So why would anyone ever go into something being like, yeah, I'm probably going to suck at this. I fucking can't wait to do it. Like everyone I think immediately like jumped down his throat for not doing it. And it's like, if you were asked to just start doing more stuff at your job that you knew you weren't going to be good at, but you were going to be graded on, you're not going to be pumped to run to do that. So like, could he have handled it better? Sure. But there was this fuck this guy. He's not going to first that I thought went a little too far. But
I still think the most underrated part was what in the opening press conference he had in spring training when they said he said he's not going to get off of third. Someone brought up first base. Maybe it was Castillo. And he was just like, no, immediately. Like that was months before Casas got hurt. So that's where I feel like that part because we all agreed after that press conference, like by the time he'll piss and moan by the time opening day rolls around, he'll be out there to DH. And that's exactly what happened. I think if Casas never goes down, Cora still hasn't asked him to play first. Like to this day, he refused to do it.
Yeah.
I think all of that part is very funny, but yeah, people have been really mad at me the last week for saying, or what was it, like 2 weeks ago when I was like, I hope the Giants get in. I
understand why people are mad at that. That's not.
Well, my point of all of it was, I hope the people who still think like Rafi was traded for good baseball, sound baseball reasons, I still want them to have miserable lives. Like, because they're so fucking stupid. Like, I don't like that they're enjoying the same things I'm enjoying. I know it came off harsh and by like projecting Schadenfreude. I know it came off harsh. I still always projected the Red Sox to make the playoffs. That never wavered. I had them coming in sixth. That didn't happen, but that's where I said they were going to make it. And I still I don't love their chances where we sit right now, but I'm going to predict them to beat the Yankees. And if they do, I'll gladly apologize for what me and Steve got into it. Argument's too strong of a word. Our discussion when it was just like, I think they have no shot. You laid out like it's baseball, anything can happen, which is true. Yeah. So if they go on and beat the Yankees, which they fucking better, because we haven't lost to these assholes since 2003. Like, I want to keep that going as little as it may matter. It means a lot to me. So yeah, if they beat the Yankees, I'll gladly put my hand up and say I was wrong. They don't need to go on some like World Series run for me to do that. They just have to beat this team. If they get packed up in two, I hope not one on the show, but I hope a lot of people come apologizing.
Yeah, I mean, I look back for that day that he was traded, that Rafael Devers was traded to the Giants, and what the Fangraphs playoffs odds for the Red Sox were on that day. It was 31%. And I actually kind of thought it would be a little bit higher considering they were coming off the sweep of the Yankees and how they were playing at that point. I mean, we've been so removed. I know the Pot on Lansdowne guys, they crack me up. Great group of fellas. I had tweeted something out about how the Sox have been playing 500 ball in September, and they just had that meme of the lady that's just got like the hands there. It's like, honey, like come back to 500. And it reminded me, the amount of shows that we did early in the season talking about this team playing 500 ball and they just can't escape it. And I was even trying to like do hula hoops and like get out of it. And you just can't. Like, even though the ingredients were different, it was the same result. It was a 500 team. They weren't able to go on any runs. Like, winning streaks weren't a thing. They had a stretch there.
They were 5 games below 500. Before that 5-game winning streak, then Rafael Devers gets traded. Then it becomes a 6-game winning streak. Between the end of May and the end of June, post Rafael Devers trade, they had a 5-game losing streak and a 6-game losing streak, all within a month of each other.
I don't think they even won 3 games in a row.
Remember, it was a multi-month thing.
Yeah. That 2 months where they couldn't win 3 games in a row. Like, that's how bad it was. And then we're coming on here doing these shows wanting to blow our brains out. And it's like, it reminds me, okay, that's what that season was. But I say that to say that you also get the reminder how long the fucking season is. Like, it's so long and there's so many games. And that's why I never, even though I always lean on the homer side, that's why I never wanted to say like, oh, the season's over. I was joking with Jake the other day because we were looking back at some of the show titles early in the season, and we were like 3 weeks into the season and we're like, still alive, like playoff hopes, and we still got them, like, genuinely. And it wasn't even like a full joke. I think it was a part joke, but like, it was kind of being serious. But that's how it feels when, and I think that's where we need to go big picture here with what this means that they're even in the playoffs. That's how it feels when you've been through the last 3 seasons. When we've gone through what we've gone through in 22, 23, and 24, and then you're a couple months in and you're 500 and getting swept by, the Brewers doesn't matter because they're incredible, but getting swept by, a lot of teams, the Tigers on the road, Brewers, like,
they weren't that team yet.
No, I know. At that time, that felt like the bottom point of the season, when they were going there. And then when Christian Campbell had the go-ahead homer and extras in Detroit, and then they lose and get swept by the Torres bomb. There were some moments there early in the season that was just like, damn, man. Like, if you just had the
Torres
footage of us showing up. Was it no, it was Javi. It was Javi. It was Javi. Yeah, it was Javi.
Yeah.
It was big time Javi. No, I got Torres in my mind from the Red Sox.
No, they're
today.
similar enough. But I was like trying to remember it. I was like, it's definitely going to be Javi.
100% Javi. Yeah, and he pimped it like it was a great pimp job. I was like, damn, that's smooth.
Oh, that's all he knows.
that's all he knows.
That is the crazy part though, because like I was sitting there and what made me think about it was when they had the walk-off on Friday night, it was like, wow, the Red Sox lead all of baseball with 12 walk-offs. I immediately go to 2013 because I remember like 13 walk-offs when I was that age. I was like, this is the most magical season I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it's just like every big moment, something happens. And then this year, I'm like, damn, they are only one walk-off short, but it feels like I've lived 8 lives this year. Like 22 to 24 feels as long as 25 was for me this year in a lot of ways. And like, that's where you go. Even you go to opening day, the greatest, like most exciting opening day win in recent memory, Wilyer, Abreu, all that. Then they lose 4 in a row after that. Like,
and Rafi had no hits, dude. Wasn't he like hitless?
Went through the coldest streak of his career.
0 for 18. He had a great eye, though. He was walking like you read about.
Crazy.
That is true. That's when the good eye started. I was like, oh, this is a new
And then
version.
April 1st, he flips and gets all kinds of hot. Flipped. And then you have that month of April where Casas is horrendous. Everyone wants him off.
He got
unflipped
when the season got really going.
Yeah. But like, you go to April and everyone hates Tristan Casas. You're making errors. Like, you're playing better than 500 baseball, but it feels like you're still underperforming. You know, you're losing to the White Sox. You get to May, 11-17. Alex Bregman goes down. You're like, the world's ending. I don't know what to do. June, you finally start winning. Devers is gone. Like, you have this up and down of a 6-game winning streak and then a 6-game losing streak. We do the pod with Duran, right? Like, and then you have the 10-game winning streak in July.
Yep.
Like, and it was like, all right, now things are building. Roman Anthony's going. And then the trade deadline, like, there's been so many up and down eras of this season.
It's
so
crazy.
many. It's taking years
Anvil
off my
after
life.
Anvil. Something happened every month. Like you said, the low point was the Brewers. It was for me the Angels sweep after. Like that was after the Devers trade. It was what they won 1 in Seattle or 2.
I thought they won 2. I think they won the series in Seattle. If I'm not mistaken.
They won the series in Seattle. Then they went to San Francisco.
Great Friday night win, right? Or maybe it was another day of the week. I remember we were streaming it, and it was a great win.
No, it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, wasn't it?
San Francisco was the Friday. That was the weekend.
Because it was Father's Day, the trade, right? It was a Sunday.
Yeah. They won the first game and lost the last 2 of that series. Yeah.
Okay. And then San Francisco was that weekend, and then the Angels series where they got swept. So they'd lost, you said 6 straight, T?
Yeah,
5.
6 straight the second time.
6 straight. Yeah, they come home. We do the Duran interview, obviously. But like Christian Campbell was our second best hitter the first month of the season, if not first best hitter.
Rookie of the month.
Yeah,
dude, there's a promo where I'm like, is it crazy to say he's the best hitter on the team? And that wasn't even like a wild thing to say, but it didn't age great. But yeah, that's what was going on.
Well, he cracks his ribs. He's just not good anymore the rest of the year. God love him for still playing through it, but he's just unusable at that point. Casas doesn't feel like he was on this team at all, despite what did he play? Like 30 games?
29.
Okay.
Yeah, he plays 20.
I have forgotten the entire season, basically, anything that he did. He had a walk-off this year. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How many starts do you guys think Tanner Houck had for the Red Sox this year?
Like 4.
What do you got, Steve?
9.
9, exactly.
Okay. Wow.
Like, it feels crazy that he made 9 starts for this team.
I remember 2 because they were the 2 worst in Red Sox history back to back. And that's not even a hyperbole. I know one of them was the worst start in Red Sox history.
His last start was against Detroit, 2 1/3, 11 earned runs. And then he had the Rays one, which was really bad too.
I mean,
love it.
The baseball season's way too long. It's so stupid.
Crazy.
162 is maybe why is it 162? Is it just because like the sun stays up long enough? So they're like, yeah, keep playing. Like, keep going. Like, it stays warm enough for long enough.
It was like they jumped to 154 from whatever it was before that. And I feel like 154 had a reason. And then 162, they were just like, probably after expansion, they were like, well, you got to sneak 2 more series in there.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I think it was at like early 60s they started playing 162. And then we've just obviously never looked back. Like, I was thinking this the other day. If the season could ever be like 100 games, I mean, obviously this makes no sense, but that would be incredible. Because then, understandable, we've gone through so many highs and lows, but the games would matter a little bit more, feel like they matter a little bit more. And you get series, obviously, like this weekend that would just happen earlier, or you start the season later, whatever. But 162 is crazy. I mean, it gets to your point, T, of just like, a million highs and lows during this year. I can't remember more of a roller coaster year. I think a lot of times, and I'll mention this more when you're talking about the series preview with the Yankees, a lot of times we're a prisoner of the moment and then also not a prisoner of the moment. I feel like sometimes we're like, oh, well, this has probably happened before. No. Like, there's no way that we've had more shifts in like what we view the team as and how we view the franchise and what we expect the end result to be than this team. Like, I can't tell me what the season is if you can. At least in my lifetime, I don't remember it ever going like this.
There's not a single person that would have picked this team to make the playoffs if I told you Rafael Devers got traded, Tanner Houck ended up going down, Cutter Crawford was going to give you essentially nothing. And that's before getting into, the depth injuries that you've had across the board. Like, Tristan Casas not giving you anything and he was your cleanup hitter on opening day. Like, if I told you all that was going to happen and you've had so much injury problems beyond that, Breggy missing that 2 months at one point.
Anthony gets called up, like how late in the year he gets called up will be a factor too. Who is the closest? Because I know that was a prediction.
Yeah,
too,
actually that's a good transition. I'm going to do the AC quote afterwards because that's insane. But
I had it ready to go.
He walked that shit back quick.
Oh, did he? Okay, we'll get to that right after this.
I didn't see the walk back.
I'll give it to you.
That was the funniest.
That's a good tease. That's a good tease. We'll
absolute funniest quote of the year.
I gotta say, I read it 3 times to make sure it was when the season started and not the Raffy trade. I'm like, okay, I have to be reading this wrong.
Completely different quote if he had said it for that.
But the Roman call-up. So I had set the Roman call-up date at June 1st and said before or after. Jared said, well, what about June 1st? I said, if you want it, you can have it. He took June 1st. He took the lowest odds possible and went with June 1. That would have been a hell of a call if you got that one. It happened on June 9th, by the way. So he gets called up on June 9th. I had after, Coley had after. And I think you and I actually might have had like well after, just because at that point it was a discussion of how long they were going to hold him back and if they wanted to try to keep his rookie status into 2026, which was a real conversation. So
I said specifically if it wasn't by like the 11th, which I think was the cutoff date for him to still qualify for the PPI pick, April 11th, that it would be like mid-August.
It also took Wilyer getting hurt for him to be called up at the same time.
It wasn't like they called him up. Everybody got hurt. There were some dudes coming up I had never heard of. But yeah, we'll transition to the quote. This is just an all-time quote by Alex Cora. Love this man, obviously. Got to talk to him a little bit on the field on Friday, and that was great. But this was nuts. He had a couple. He was just letting it fly the day after they clinched the playoff spot. Even something that's not like super crazy to say, but I can't remember a manager saying with the teams like, yeah, we're hungover, but we're going to try to kick their ass. I'm like, I don't know if I've ever heard that before, which you would have thought by now. Like, of course, these guys are hungover. Alex Cora on the Red Sox making the postseason, just straight up making it, like not any time, date, or anything here.
Fuck you.
Yeah, the Red Sox making the postseason. I fucking hate everybody that follows this team. Nobody believes in us.
Eat shit and also die.
Eat shit, die immediately. I don't want you to be there at Fenway when we're there for the DS. Here's the actual quote. Nobody thought we were going to make it to October. Whoever says they did, that's fucking bullshit. I'm telling you, like, this is one of the funniest.
Bro had to be raging because, like, every outlet wrote an article immediately afterwards. Like, every MLB.com had all their beat writers vote on what the Red Sox would be. Not only were they going to win the AL East, they were going to win the pennant as well. Yeah. It's like, come on, bro. Like,
I was getting ripped for only having them in the ALCS. Like, that was like, Steve, you only have them going to the CS?
Jared was pissed at us.
He was not happy. He was calling me a pussy for doing that. So, like, I'll finish the quote. But yeah, hilarious. It was New York, Toronto, and Baltimore. We believed we were going to play in October, and we hit our standards.
Everyone knew Baltimore's rotation was absolute ass over the offseason.
People were still picking them to make the playoffs. Like, they were a popular playoff.
I don't think we had
I'd say the Red Sox were more popular.
No one had Toronto in. Like,
everyone
especially winning the East, no chance. No chance.
People were super low. And shout out the Rays. Like, he was like, no, everyone agreed they stink. Like,
yeah. That is actually very funny. They don't even get a mention in here. And that was a close to playoff team for a good chunk of this year.
Always is. Like, that's why it's the funniest part to be like excluding them. But yeah, the Toronto, nobody had That's when I'd like to see the people who are like, no, this is going to be the 1 seed. No one had that. Everyone was like, they're going to lose Vladdy and Bo, and they're going to tear it down. No one had the Springer bounce back. No one had anything. Even Gosman wasn't good last year. So no one had any of that shit. That was very funny. But yeah, Steve, I remember you distinctly being like, you couldn't believe how many national outlets had the Red Sox winning the World Series.
Kind of stunned.
Fangraphs did too.
Kind of stunned. Honestly, well, also, I mean, like we talk about with the last 3 seasons, there's a natural, perplexed like nature that's going to follow seeing our logo in the fucking World Series. Like, I think that was a big part of it. Is like, wait, are you sure? Like, is the graphic wrong? Like, did you click the wrong logo? Like, obviously I'll, work on these graphics sometimes and you have the option of all 30 logos. I'm like, a designer just clicked the wrong one and had the boss on there. And that's not supposed to be the case. But no, looking even back at our predictions for the World Series before the season, Jared had the Red Sox over the Diamondbacks. Dallas had actually, this one has aged pretty well. He has the Dodgers over the Mariners, which might even, I think they would be the favorites right now to come out of each league. Jay Hay had the Phillies over the Red Sox, which could still happen. Coley's got the Red Sox over the Diamondbacks. I really thought the D-backs should have made the playoffs, and if they did, they easily could have got to the World Series. Maybe not easily, but like they could have rolled the whole snakes alive bullshit. I had the Dodgers over the Rangers. Milliken, also known as T, had
Nope, don't read that one.
Diamondbacks over the Rangers.
Nope. Okay. Absolutely fucking killed it.
For 2.
He's got Bobby Witt as the AL MVP, so we'll say 0 for 3. But hey, you got Shohei as the NL MVP, so you got something right, T.
Find a way.
And then Jake had the Red Sox over a National League team. So it was just
on the table, still on the table.
That is 100%. That might be the most probable left here. He's got Jarren Duran winning AL MVP and then did not pick an NL MVP. I love Jake.
What did Ken Kendrick say today about the
Diamondbacks?
Yeah,
that's exactly how he said it. He's like, "Why the fuck do I care about who wins NL MVP?"
Mm-hmm. Not my problem.
What were you saying, T?
No, Ken Kendrick today was like, I've never been more disappointed in a season in my entire life, the Diamondbacks owner. And I read it. And after hearing you say that was my prediction, I'm going to second that as well.
Yeah.
The 3 of us had the Diamondbacks in the World Series.
That's
I felt good about it too.
Pretty
man.
big. Yeah. No one would have said that's like an awful pick at the start of the year.
Well, their big spend immediately exploded his arm, which is a tough scene. None of us had Zach Gallen being terrible in a contract year. It was just no one had the Ketel Marte's like black cloud of doom following him everywhere. He went
literally every series, something absolutely terrible happened to him, and he just couldn't avoid it. But even having said that, like when the Sox played the D-backs in Arizona, I'm like, this team's good. Like that was like late in the season. Yeah, they smacked us, and they honestly probably should have made the playoffs.
They had a really good second half.
Well, just going through
they had
MVPs.
Great offense all year. Their pitching was awful.
Exactly.
The closer went down early. His arm never got right. Like very weird curse season for them.
Yeah, they fought through a lot of stuff. I got Judge and Ohtani as MVPs, and everyone says that was boring, but like I don't know if I was going to say that probably happens, but it's still a toss up.
It's probably the most probable. I think I took Ellie.
Yeah, you have. Let me see. You have Ellie and Jose Ramirez. I like the J-Ram pick. We got 3 Bobby Witts on here, 3 Ellies on here. Jared had Gunnar Henderson and Juan Soto. Not bad picks. I mean, the only one that's stunning is that Jarren didn't win AL MVP because I thought Jake was just going to nail, all these predictions.
We haven't seen the votes yet.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah. Anything
nice
could
catch
happen.
Friday night.
What's up?
Pretty nice catch Friday night. Completely misread the ball.
Oh my God. That first inning catch. I was fucking shit my pants. I was like, inning over. I was about to get up to go to the bathroom. Like, wait, what is going on in left field now?
Me and Coley said last episode, he's had like legit 20 of those catches this year.
There's
where
been
he
a
like
lot.
jumps in front of the monster like that. And every time it's him misreading the ball.
He doesn't.
There have been a lot.
I trust him on the road and left more than at home.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And he had the nice play off the wall this series too. But
beautiful.
That was like, how often has he done that? I feel like Manny did that once a series. And I know that's not correct, but it just felt like Manny was always just throwing someone out at second off the bounce barehanded, kind of just like how Duran fielded it. But it feels like he has all the tools to be able to do that all the time. And it just, I don't know. He can't control the bounces, obviously, either.
I do think, and this isn't even a jab at my boy Jarren, I do think it becomes mental in left field where It's just not like any other left field in baseball. And you're going to have the wind patterns. You're going to have the biggest wall. It's just the goofiest thing of all time. I love the Green Monster more than anybody, but it's like, what the hell is this thing doing here?
No foul territory.
Yeah, seriously. Anytime that we're over there, people are like on top of you, by the way, yelling stuff. And obviously a lot of people yell stuff at Jarren. We just know that to be true. We would love if it wasn't, but it's true. It's just that obviously kept happening this season. That would even have been a bold prediction. That would have been an obvious prediction. But anytime we're down there on the field, especially T when we did the Wally birthday event, when you look up at the Green Monster from the warning track, I'm not just saying this to be like, well, I understand why he's messed up. Like if you play there all the time, you should probably get used to it. But when you look up there from the warning track, it's like, how the hell is this legal? Like I have to play the ball off of this thing. Like, and then
I think it's that
the score, like the numbers on the scoreboard that are just going to take weird bounces. And then we saw the friggin' ball got stuck in the wall last year, right? It like broke a strike, red circle there. So anyway,
the Yoshida moment.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think for Duran, it's just hard because if you don't have the most natural instincts on reading a ball off the bat and you're playing closer than anyone in baseball in left field, it's a rough combination to try and adjust. And it's why his profile was always built for center field. But when you have Ceddanne Rafaela, who is the best defensive center fielder in the sport, it is what it is. It's trying to make the parts fit.
Yeah. It happens. And most of the time, honestly, I feel like Jarren would make the catch, but it would be a journey.
Yeah, he's not killing you. Like it's not one of those things that's going to sink your team by any means.
He kills you in terms of the stress levels a little bit. There's definitely some catches where I'm just like, oh, Jesus, like what happened there? But no, it makes that catch in the first inning, which was massive, bases loaded on Friday. But I mean, I'm sure we'll get to that, or we've gotten to that. The other predictions here,
you saw it.
Yeah, we talked about that. Garrett Crochet, higher, lower strikeouts. I said it at 259.9, if you remember, Coley.
Wow.
It wasn't 259.5. It was 259.9. And he finished with 255. So, yeah, the Steve lines here were actually pretty good. Jared had higher. We all had higher. We all took the higher. And I don't think we...
Jay-Hay.
Yeah, Jay-Hay had lower. There we go. I don't think
he led all the baseball and strikeouts this season.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the crazy part. So it's like we were right on that one. Our logic was right. Correct. So that's all that really matters. Yeah. But I don't think we went like too crazy. We weren't saying, over 300 like Pedro or Sale. It was more just he has a good chance to lead the league in strikeouts, and it's can he stay healthy? And I think he finishes 32 starts on the year.
Yeah, 32 starts. He went 23-9 in them. Jeez.
Wait,
crazy, dude.
The Sox did.
Yeah.
Sox did.
Okay. I was like, I just missed that he won 23 games this year. Like, damn.
No. 18-5 win-loss.
That would have made the news. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the olds would have loved that.
Dude, I would have loved that. Well, to you, I'm an old, so I guess that counts.
No, sports radio, they would have crowned him the best pitcher we've ever seen in Red Sox history.
Yeah, that would have been a crazy year.
Yeah. I mean, well, what was
Rick
it for?
Purcell
He had 24, right?
Yeah, exactly.
24-4, something like that.
Yep.
And then Kate Upton was like, wins don't matter.
Eat it.
So yeah, that was quite the time. Yeah, no, she was right. But BBWAA
22-4.
24 was way too high.
Yeah, 24 is like a Clemens year, probably. Bold predictions. Last one from the predictions from the preseason. Glad we remembered to do this year. Jared had Rafael Devers hits for the cycle in August. I don't believe that happened in San Francisco. I had the Red Sox walk off when they debut the new City Connect jerseys on May 16th.
Close.
And when did so they walked off the next week, right?
We were at the game when they debuted them. Remember, it was that Braves game.
Yeah, it was the home run
like
ball
a horrendous loss
that I got credit for, but it whacked off of Corey. So we were there, May 9th? Is that when we were there?
That feels right.
I'm just trying to see if I was like close to getting this. Not that it matters at all. If you're wrong, you're wrong. But
was it Trevor Story, a little dribbler down the first base line? Was that it?
No, it was Devers. Devers had the first Green Monster
home run.
City Connect walk-off. It wasn't a dinger, right? I think it was just a hit up the middle against the Orioles. And if I'm not mistaken, it was a rain-resumed game, or it got rained out on that Friday, and they played the doubleheader on Saturday. Because I remember that's when Marcelo made his debut in the yellows, which looked so weird.
No, you're right. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So that was against the Orioles.
Yeah.
And then the walk-off homer was in the whites.
Almost got that one. That would have been cool. So yeah, they walked off in their second game.
Fact that they only hit walk-offs in them is close enough to get that one.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'll take some points. That's still nuts, dude. And I've tweeted about it like 30 times, but like every win is a walk-off. Do you understand how crazy that is?
that also goes to T's point he was talking about earlier when he's like, this team has 12 walk-off wins. I think because where do they finish for most one-run losses? They had to be near the top of the league in that. I know they were carrying that torch the first few months of the year.
It was nice to get rid of that bullshit.
They went 22 and 27 in one-run games. Oh.
Hey.
Oh.
Hit the horn, Jerry.
It's kind of weird that you just like didn't talk.
We got one ad read done, by the way.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Start the show. Literally start the show. We're gonna
say something.
Nope.
I've been letting you guys talk this whole time.
Yeah.
And I've just been listening to everyone's opinions. I gotta say I agree. I gotta say I agree with what you guys have been. I don't agree. No, I don't agree.
What are your thoughts on like the preseason predictions I had?
I disagree.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had mentioned that you disagreed with one that was exactly correct. So that's good.
What was it?
Raffy's home run total. Guessed it exactly.
We'll tell him about the August stuff. That will really connect with him.
Right. Yeah, we're on bold predictions right now. You had Rafael Devers hits for the cycle in August.
I said that?
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
No, you didn't. I just made that one up.
He probably hit all 4 of those throughout August.
Actually, honestly, that one is correct because like during August, he hit for the cycle.
Right.
Yeah. I wouldn't have said something like that. That doesn't make sense.
But just to finish off real quick for Coley's bold prediction, it was the Red Sox play 161 games this year, and they just missed it. If they didn't play this last game, he
could have been
nails
closer.
That. He nails that.
Yeah.
So very close. Between that and Jake's 161-1, we were right there.
Yeah. So, Jared, appreciate you taking this big a pause to just like let us get our thoughts out.
Listen,
back over to you.
This one's about you guys. Yeah, I was just letting you guys talk, and I was just listening. I was just listening the whole time.
T?
What did I do?
Supposed to read it.
Oh, yep. You're right about that, Coley.
Yeah.
The leaves are turning. The temps are dropping. Just like I'm dropping this read right now.
Yeah.
The weekend air is getting that nice autumn crisp. I went apple picking. I didn't have great clothes.
It's 82 degrees out.
It's about to
apple
end,
picking.
dude.
It's midsummer.
Apple picking ends like the first week of October. This is what you guys don't know because you don't be apple picking.
That's not true.
That's not true. But
y'all don't be apple picking.
It is the season for it, even though it is unreasonably hot to do it.
Yeah.
I would have been sweating like years past, but I wasn't sweating this year, thankfully. And a lot of that is because of Chubbies. Just because the weather is changing over doesn't mean you have to pack away the fun. Chubbies is here to make sure your fall wardrobe hits harder than a PSL on a slow Sunday morning with soft, stretchy, fall-ready staples built for maximum comfort and minimal effort. People don't talk about it enough with apple picking. It's probably one of the more athletic activities you can do. Coley, I would feel so bad for you to go apple picking. They must abuse you.
Oh, I mean, I'm Wilt Chamberlain out there. No one picks apples.
Yeah, he's
like
the apple picking goat. I mean, 7 feet long.
Yeah, nothing's worse than the 5'10" guy who is still like taller than usually the women around him, but definitely not actually tall. So you're struggling very badly in front of them. But mark your calendars. The Chubbies Fall Collection drops September 9th and is packed with cozy gear that brings the metaphorical and real heat. And later this month...
Wait a second.
Go ahead.
What did you just say?
What do you mean?
He's just reading the ad.
I don't think it said anything about 5'10" guys in there.
No, I'm looking at it. It's in the script.
It said, please personalize.
Yeah, T's 5'10". He was talking about himself.
Yeah, Jared, someone who's 5'10" can actually talk about being 5'10". And later this month, they're launching the new Comfort Collection.
And you got to get that collection because, boy, oh boy, does the fall feel great with the Chubs.
Suspended during a read is crazy.
Whether you're layering up for tailgates, lounging through lazy Sundays, or just leaning fully into fall comfort, Chubbies has you covered. For a limited time, Chubbies is giving our listeners $10 off with your order with the code SECTION10 at chubbiesshorts.com. That's section 10 at chubbiesshorts.com. Support the show and show your thighs some respect with Chubbies.
That was beautiful, Coley. Thank you for closing that out. Just got yanked out of the game.
Well, you kind of made sure that happened.
Felt very couldn't handle the heat.
I mean, it's not true what you said.
What did I say?
We got catch up in this series. Are we going to be doing catch up for like when we haven't had a catch up for the playoffs before?
No.
So
we would just
what's
do
the deal
catch
with
up.
that?
Yeah.
For the series?
But when we win these series, are we not going to do catch up?
Yeah.
Why would we not? Yeah, we'll do catch up.
I'm just making sure. Like I'm just double checking.
I think people would need playoff catch up.
For sure. I agree. But it's like it has to be a larger honor, no?
Like better than catch up?
No. Still catch up, but like I'm thinking like a larger bottle. Like the bottle grows in size with each round.
Yeah. T?
Picture a waterfall, but ketchup. Just an idea I had.
Yeah, the bottle grows each round.
Yeah, I like the idea of the bottle growing. Or maybe the bottle is made out of different materials where it's
like gold,
becomes more
gold bottle. Gold
yeah,
ketchup
you win the
bottle.
World Series and it's a gold ketchup bottle. You win the ALCS, it's a silver ketchup bottle. You win the Division Series, it's a bronze ketchup bottle.
Niagara
Steve?
Falls.
I'm telling you, and this was just a fun moment for me to post on Friday, but the champagne bottle emoji is something we used to use all the time from these Section 10 accounts. It has been ages since we've used that. Like the fact that they kept winning the division all the time, the gold bottles thing was a huge deal. That was a big part of Section 10. And then obviously you still do the tweet after the games, but I'm just saying in general, it just felt like putting champagne bottles on Sox posts right now would be bizarre. Then they win, clinch the playoffs. It makes more sense now.
I agree with that. It's just it's nice to have a team that is going to the playoffs.
It's nice to have it back. Just reminded me how much we used to post that. It's been a minute.
Also, because of the playoff format, like you get excited after these big wins, and then you got Yankee fans be like, "Yeah, dude, you're in third place." Yeah, third place is still a fucking playoff spot.
Who cares?
Times
We're in the
have
same
changed.
series as you. Who cares?
Yeah,
It simply
we got
doesn't
to the
matter
same
right
spot. Yeah, we're all going to the same place. Third place don't matter. Is what it
That's
is.
only going to look worse for them when they lose the series. To be like, hey, you lost to a team you thought wasn't even good enough for the playoffs.
You were
Good job,
5 games better than
fuckface.
this trash third place team.
Right. Yeah.
Field was cool, Jerry. Have we even talked about the field? I mean, it was
No,
cool.
we haven't. Yeah. So we, very cool experience, but part of the reasoning was a little sad. But you know what I'm talking about, Steve?
I don't know.
I don't know if you even heard this. So the Red Sox win. We're up in the Aura Club, and then we're like, all right, well, there's like, is there media down on the field? Like, what is that? That's friends and family? Is that like, what's going on? So then Mikey was like, we got to go down there. Like, we at least got to like get close so we can shoot some content, whatever. And my whole thing was like, I would love to shoot a video with like the playoff bound video board in the back for the House of Blues. Like me and Steve can like cut a little promo. So then we get down close, and I'm like, I don't want to ask to go on the field. I don't like. It would be again like the fear of rejection thing. If I went down there, I was like, "Hey, can we come on?" They're like, "No." That would kill me. So I was like, "I'm not asking. I'm not doing that."
You?
But then after a while, Duran was like waving us on, like, "Let's go." And then I don't know. He was like, "Yeah, like I don't have any like friends or family that are here." He's like, "This is my family," and I was like, "Oh, all right, very
That
cool."
warmed my heart. Holy shit.
Yeah, like because his parents, they live on the West Coast. Like everyone in his life is very far away. So yeah, like he had us come out there, and it was very cool. Obviously, once we were out on the field, I met Lucas Giolito's parents. Like his dad came over to me, brought me over to his mom. I was talking to them for a while because like they watch everything that he does. So like they knew about the interview that I did with him in 2019. I did like a Q&A in 2020 where it was like one of the questions was like, what MLB player would you let date your sister or your daughter or something like that? And I said Lucas Giolito, and they're like, "Yep, we were proud of that." They were cool. I met Peyton Tolley's dad, And he's like, yeah, I saw all the stuff you've been saying about my son. That's great. I was like, yeah, like the spit in my mouth one was a little much. He's like, yep, yeah. We've seen it all, but we love how much you love him. And I was like, all right, cool. Cool. That sounds good to me. Who else was out there? Bailey, he was fired up. Your boy Brian Abraham T, he fucking loves you.
I love him.
Yeah. Like, I feel like you guys need to exchange numbers. I feel like you guys would be best pals. But he's the man. Who else was out there?
AC, obviously.
AC.
Romy.
AC was pumped. Romy, I did not talk to.
So were you guys out there when they started taking their shirts off, or was that like when you guys had come off, or what was the timeline there?
We were the last people off the field.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, we were down there for a while. I do agree, Jerry, that like you don't want to be in that spot where you're like, hey, can we get down here? Like, you guys want to open this thing up? Because it's great, like I've mentioned on the show before, to have credentials. But when we realize there's basically no media people, I mean, there were a couple, so it's like, come on now. But it's, if they're strict or they're being told that you can only let family and friends on, I'm not gonna complain with that. But
no, I was never gonna ask. It was cool that we eventually did, but and even when we were on the field, I approached that the same way that I approach like being on the field before a game. Like, I'm gonna stand right here. If you want to talk to me, great, but I'm not going to approach you, and I'm not going to get in your space. You guys, you're doing your celebration, but if you want to come over and fucking say hi. Oh, Bregman was the other one. Yeah,
Breggy.
Like if you want to come over and say hi, then I'm staying in my little area over here, but I'm not going to, impede on your night. But it was very cool.
Does it make you feel better, Jared, that after a couple years ago where we had the Josh Winkowski shit going on and all that, like, this is really the closest thing you've had to 2018 where you're on the field, you have a relationship with some of these players again. Like, do you finally feel connected with the Red Sox again after, not that you were ever disconnected, but it was a little weird in that in-between era?
Yeah, it was definitely a little weird after the Winkowski thing. Like, I didn't realize how many people were going to get pissed about that. Like, I haven't even like thought about him at all this year, which has been great. But yeah, no, I think everyone is like, there's no one that like I don't have a bad relationship with anyone. It's either like a good relationship, a really good relationship, or just no relationship at all, which is fine. Like, you're not gonna have a relationship with every single person on the team. But 2021 was kind of like that too. Like this is kind of like 2021-ish, where you've got some really cool relationships with guys, and it was reminiscent of when they eliminated the Rays in the division series and they were partying on the field, and like the security was like, yeah, you can stay, we don't give a fuck. So yeah, like that night was cool. Like that was when what's his name? I fucking forget his name every single time. Garrett Richards like went down and got like a solo cup and filled it up with beer and like handed it to me, and then like Bogey was doing an interview on like live television and stopped like mid-sentence to like run over, give me a hug, and then go back to the interview. Like stuff like that. Like those are cool memories. Friday was a very cool one too. And like the play Tessie guys were down in the field, and like it was cool seeing them kind of do that for the first time. And even for me, like, it's still cool to me. Like, it'll never not, like, I'll never get to a point where I'm like, just another postseason celebration. Like, it's fucking cool every time. It's a pinch me moment every time. But I think at this point in my career, and like people have pointed this out, like I get more enjoyment watching my guys get to experience stuff like this. Like I've had my time, I've had my cool moments, and I still appreciate them for myself, but I definitely get a ton of enjoyment and fulfillment out of seeing my guys experience it, for the first time, or to see them be happy to be able to experience that stuff. That's why I wish you were there.
I feel bad. I feel like I failed.
It was a Hell of a moment. I think specifically with Jarren, like it's just been, he's the only dude on the team that I've been close with for the last 5 years. It's just Jarren Duran. That's like literally it. And I feel like that relationship, and it's credit to Jared because you introduced me to Barrett, his agent. And so that was back in New York when Jarren made his debut. And so then got to know Jarren a little bit more then. 2021 Jarren was a way different person than this version. Because like going down on the field after some games then with Barrett and, you know, talking with Jarren was just like, yep. Yeah. No. I just kind of shy. Didn't really want to talk about anything. Felt he just didn't feel comfy in his own body. I feel like now, and obviously it's well documented, and he mentioned it in the Red Sox doc of what he goes through and the day-to-day not being the easiest thing sometimes. But it just felt like he knows who he is more now and is just more comfy with the kind of, you know, person he's become out there. So that was really cool. I did hear what you had mentioned, that he was like, no, like, this is my family. Like, these are my dudes. So like, they can definitely come out here and kind of have this moment with me as well. So I also appreciate him doing the videos I do because I know he doesn't want to do them. So that's really great. Yeah. He's like, dude, really? Like, we got to do this? And I'm like, it's going to crush. He's like, all right, fine. And then gives the one answer, and it's at like 23,000 likes. So I do appreciate the views, Jarren. Everybody loves it.
He so like I don't know why he needed some sort of like approval, but you were asking him to do it, and then he looked at me and he was like, "Do you want me to do this?" And I'm like, "Don't." I was like, "Don't do it if you don't want to do it. Like, it's fine if you don't want to do it." He's like, "Do you want me to do this?" And I was like,
should I do this?
I was like, yeah, like, yes, I want you to. Like, I think people would enjoy it, but like, if it's not something that you want to do, then it's not a big deal. And he's like, all right, fine, I'll do it. I'm like, okay, all right, sounds good.
It's the biggest thing that we butted heads is not the right way to put it, but like, over the years, I don't ask for a lot of stuff because I know he gets asked for a lot of stuff and these players get asked for a lot of stuff. You don't want to be the guy that's like annoying the players. It's the last thing you want to do. But I'm like, Jarren, like, we're boys. Like, just this is going to be a 10-second video and everyone's going to love it. There's literally no downside. Like, you have your shirt off. You have an 8-pack, a bunch of tattoos. You're drinking. You got the goggles on. Like, this looks awesome. This is going to look really cool. So credit to him for doing that. People got on him for the fake champagne sip. I don't even think it was a fake one. Even if it was, who cares? He had already been drinking the champagne, popping the bottles. I will add, Jerry, and I would assume you agree with this. Like, I love being around people in that situation that are all drinking champagne because everyone's happy. Everyone's just in a great mood. Like when we're down there on the field before the games.
Wilyer?
I didn't even see Wilyer.
Oh my God, dude. Wilyer was the star of the show in the clubhouse.
His post-game clips went so crazy with his voice.
Yeah,
screaming.
Somewhere on my page.
Star from the from the clips I saw.
Someone was saying he sounded like Cookie Monster.
That's it. Yeah, that's what everyone was tweeting.
Listen to Wilyer, dude.
The best experience that I ever had. You know, the best experience. Yeah, you're going to the playoffs for the first time in your career. How do you describe what that means to you? No, a lot. That's unbelievable for me. I think that's a dream come true. Wait, what? I'm so excited for this. So just live in the moment, enjoy the moment, you know? Way back in spring training, you guys thought you had a playoff team. I love it so much, bro. What gave you that belief at that time? I think we had a good team, young team. We're hungry to play baseball. That's what we want, and now we go. You know.
With Marcelo Meyer taking like a cum shot of champagne in front of the camera.
Marcelo to me was the comfortable star of those videos.
The beginning part of this clip is the best.
The best experience that I ever had. You know, the best experience. Yeah, you're going to the playoffs.
I'm so happy I hadn't heard that yet. That is incredible.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
Wow.
I went back and like watched interview clips. I was like, do I just not remember what Wilyer Abreu sounds like? I was like, let me go. No, like whatever he was feeling and screaming, like that was another version of Wilyer Abreu.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's the best experience he's ever had. Dude,
but
Wilyer's the best.
I believe him. I believe him.
I definitely believe him.
It's
fun being around those people because they're all just pumped. They're all in a great mood compared to when we're normally on the field where they're so locked in and you don't want to almost say anything to them half the time. It's like, no, this is why we, spend all the time trying to clinch.
the best part about that celebration is like, so these dudes, they're so locked in during the season, and a lot of them probably don't drink during the season at all. Yeah. Jarren never drinks, period. So they were fucking hammered. Like, they were hammered fast. Their bodies had no tolerance to alcohol whatsoever. So it's like they went in the clubhouse for fucking 20 minutes to pop bottles and drink beers and champagne, and then like they all came out just like, woo, dude! Like, they were all hammered.
Best experience of my life, bro. I've never had a better experience.
I think that's what Trevor May said was like the biggest difference from the start of his career to the end of his career. He was like, nobody drinks after games.
The best experience that I ever had. You know, the best experience. And I have kids. I don't give a fuck about those kids. Clinching and playing smart, the best experience I ever had. I love you, Jeremiah. You do a great job.
He was so fired up.
That's
I
incredible.
love Wilyer. I love Wilyer.
Suspendous Barbecue guys just wrote an article about how like nobody in Major League Baseball drinks anymore, and society as a whole, like drinking is down across the board. So
I mean, I think we know what that's all about.
The Russians?
Yes. I mean, now because they used to test for marijuana and they don't anymore. And if you're a baseball player and you're working out and you're playing baseball and you're at the yard since 1 p.m., like, you don't want, like, alcohol is, I don't know, it depends on what you drink. It's an upper. Like you don't want to.
Do you want to feel bloated the next day?
Well, I think like if you're just like pounding like vodka Red Bulls, then like, yeah, it's
the
like,
Red Bull is the upper. There's
alcohol's a downer, but like I don't know. I like
textbook downer.
You smoke weed, like, you just relaxing, and it helps with like inflammation. So like they don't
everything. Yeah, absolutely.
They don't want to go out and drink beers.
You can be blasted on the field. Like Manny would thrive in this era.
Yeah.
I don't know what turmeric is, but I hear they do shots of that and it helps like you sleep at night. Like they do like these like cocktails that help you go to bed essentially. Like that's what a lot of these like training staffs are giving the players after the game, and they'll just do like the shot together. It's a healthy one, obviously, but
of course.
Yeah.
I do always think with the drinking thing, especially, and I use the Guardians and the Tigers specifically with this one, and it's a little different because they're winning the division as the 3 seed, and you end up in the same spot as the 6, technically. But it is funny when you clinch a playoff spot, and to that point, Jerry, you're getting drunk for the first time in ages, and then you have to play a huge game the next day. Like, I'll always think about that. It was funny seeing Schwarber doing like the beer funnel, and then he's just like now betting Kyle Schwarber, and he's just stepping into the box the next night. Like, that is always going to be funny to me. But these guys are different humans.
How far away are we from like teams clinching the postseason and just baking the clubhouse?
Oh, please.
Like, oh yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of cigars. You could get away with it. I mean, no one's gonna say anything, but
there's
a lot of smoke going up. Anyways, like it would be very easy for that thinner smoke to go under the radar with cigars all around.
Even being home, it was really fun to watch the Nesson post game and just see the players like turning up. Like, you forget it's just something you do after you clinch that. You watch an hour-long post game and it's just interview after interview. I'm watching Derek Lowe like getting lit with everyone. You're like, what the hell? He was in the Legends Suite. That was it.
Right.
That's it. He's like, I remember when we used to do this shit. Like, this,
it's like, wow.
Shout out Alana Rizzo, because she's bilingual and she was able to go and like interview Brian Bayo, and that was pretty cool.
Jemai was getting doused, man. They were giving it.
Dude, when we took a photo with him afterwards, his shirt is just like soaked. I'm like, oh yeah, right, champagne, that'll do it.
But,
they're popping.
And he wasn't lame about it. Like, sometimes you see a reporter be lame about it. No, he was like, let's fucking go. Like, anyone who wants to spray it in my face, spray it in my face.
Clip that, please.
Sorry.
Pause.
Shoutout Bagz. And Shoutout Bagz too. I'm sure other people made the point as well, but you've got to think the Netflix people are furious about the year they picked.
Oh, yeah.
Shoutout Bagz for the montage that dropped right after.
Incredible.
Sure.
That thing went insane.
Went dummy.
Incredible. We're going to start talking Bagz 5K at this rate. Like, ridiculous.
Oh, 10K.
I mean,
Bagz.
Jerry?
He'll always be 2K to me. If he gets to 500K, he's still 2K to me, you know, because I feel like at this point, it's not about the follower count. It's about when you invested. And if you were in pre 2K, like you're an OG. Like we were all here pre 2K. So when he gets to 20K, 50K, 100K, we'll all be like, yeah, man, like we were in before 2K, and that's who he is. It's 2K. Right? Right, 2K?
2K.
Oh, you're so right.
Thank you. Thank you.
We've probably already mentioned this in one way or another, but Cello and Roman like to party. These guys like to get after it. I think they've been definitely having a time the last month or so, but specifically Marcelo. It's just funny seeing the videos. It's like, yeah, they're bartending at Loco. That's what they're doing because we clinched a playoff spot. So why not? Credit to them. Go have fun, do your thing. But yeah, it is tough. It is tough seeing them like that. And then knowing, damn, what would this look like if they were on the roster right now? Like, what would this situation be?
I'm sort of gaining optimism that if the Red Sox were to advance, that there is a chance for Roman at least
for the DS?
Like ALCS.
DS.
Wow, the update he said today seemed to be farther from that.
What did he say?
There's no timetable yet for him to resume baseball activities.
Yeah, I don't think that they want to like publicly say anything, but just kind of like asking around on Friday night, being like, obviously everyone's happy in the moment. I'm like, yeah, like imagine how happy I'd be if I knew Roman was coming back. I'm like, I don't think he's coming back. And there were plenty of people that were like, well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. I'm like, okay. Like I'm not like it's a moment of celebrations. Like I'm not out here to fucking ask journalistic questions to get information. But if you're gonna offer it up, then I'm gonna listen. But
go
it.
Have we considered injecting him with a substance to make him healthy faster?
Deer antler spray.
Just something. I'm not going to put any name on it. It may not even be illegal, but like, have we just considered doing that?
No.
I've heard worse ideas.
Tomorrow marks exactly 4 weeks since he got hurt.
4 to 6 weeks.
So, yeah, I guess
so he's back
with ALCS. Yeah.
I will say, just want to mention this real quick.
Mention it real quick, please.
Shout out to Dan on Twitter. Not my Dan, but Dan.
It's actually my Dan.
This tweet was so funny.
Yeah,
this was
I agree.
One of the most accurate tweets I've ever seen. Jared, all right, I've got something important I want to say, so give me the floor for a moment. 2 seconds later, Tyler just putting his finger up. And it's exactly how you put your finger up. It's very like, I have something and I need to say it right now. The fact that that's Garrett Crochet, incredible tweet. Dan Morse.
Yeah. Crochet went after it beast mode.
Big time.
For sure.
Yeah.
I appreciate that
As
he
he
went
should.
tarps off.
Yeah.
That he what?
Went tarps off. There were a couple of people who didn't commit to tarps off. Yeah, I needed full T was tarps off. It was unbelievable. What a moment.
Oh my God, the video of me trying to write the haiku and I have my glasses halfway down my face. I look out of my mind. If I was anybody who like was an actual professional in this world, I'd be like, who the fuck is this kid? Get him out of here.
Yeah, Friday was great. Saturday was almost a murder.
Yeah.
Sunday was really about t-shirts. And the Sox won the series.
Shut up,
t-shirts, ketchup, and avoiding a 1 o'clock start. That's what Sunday was about.
Yeah. This is like, I don't think people realize how fucking stressful this weekend was between like the House of Blues announcement. Like, they wanted to announce before the Red Sox clinched, and us having to be like, you can do that if you want, but we as a brand can't do, like, we can't announce before they clinch. So like that was part of the stress for Mikey when he was on one on Friday, and I was right there with him, being like, we have to win tonight. Like we can't like go another day of telling the House of Blues, like, we can't announce yet. Like, they wanted us to announce like days ago. So them winning on Friday, it being a walk-off, us getting on the field to get to shoot a video to be like, hey, we're doing a live show. Like, it all aligned. It was perfect. And then to have the series progress to where I think, you know, from an interest standpoint, of course, everyone's going to be interested if the Red Sox are in the playoffs. It's a playoff game. But as far as opponents go, yeah, you want Red Sox Yankees. Like, who doesn't want Red Sox? And the time,
Yankees? Having it at 1 p.m.
Correct. Like, there was a chance it was going to be a 1 p.m. game. Maybe it is a 1 p.m. game, depending on who the opponent was. But Red Sox Yankees, you have to put in a primetime spot. So there you go, 6 p.m. So there was a lot that was just up in the air that could have gone wrong, and everything sort of fell our way, which was a goddamn miracle between clinching on Friday when we needed to clinch, it being a walk-off, green jerseys, the Yankees being the opponent, the start time, finding a fucking person who could print the t-shirts in time to get them there, and then getting them there at the buzzer on Sunday, and then getting Crochet to put one on, and then having someone on the inside be able to snap a pic and send to us. All of that. Like there were so many things that could have gone wrong that thankfully did not go wrong. So a very successful weekend, and it'll be more successful if we're able to bang out the House of Blues on Tuesday. That's all.
Yep. Gotta bang it out.
I saw like, I didn't know that there was like a seating chart that was available to like the public to be able to see. It looks like a lot of the assigned seating is sold, but then there's like the general admission on the floor that they can just pack motherfuckers in there. So yeah, definitely get the fuck in there.
Yeah, we got to sell those general admission ones. Those are the ones that got to go. The people that can like really bring it, that are ready to really go nuts.
Yeah, stupid
Mosh
dummy
pit.
hammy.
Yeah, again, we haven't lost to this fucking franchise since 2003, and we barely lost that.
Yeah.
So I just simply won't accept anything other than a quick 2-game sweep.
It looks like the mezzanine, both balconies, and 5 out of 6 boxes are sold out. And then what does ADA mean? I don't know what that is, but it's sold out.
If you were wondering what the ADA is, fucking forget about it.
Well, yeah, if you want to know what the ADA is, don't
right
worry
off.
about it, because you can't buy tickets there. Yeah. So yeah, the floor is where we're gonna pack the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it ketchup time? Is that where we're at now?
I think
it
we're gonna.
depends.
Shouldn't we kick it to like where you guys did? The
No,
show
that was the
without
whole
me?
point of the Chubbies that it came out of that.
Oh, so we didn't even
sweet
like, hey.
tea.
Shout out José De León. Got
Okay.
called up for that spot start. Lied
Shout
to
him
the
out.
team about throwing. Had not been throwing at all whatsoever. Came up and gave you real innings today. I can tip my cap to him. He'll be a Red Sox trivia legend.
Shout
Was in
out
the
to
organization
Fenway,
in
too.
2021 too.
Devern Handsack.
Exactly.
Shout out to Fenway for the reaction. That was the exact correct reaction for him coming
Yeah.
off. Give a huge ovation. I know some fans will be like, "Well, it's 4-3. The time runs on third." It's like, no, understand the situation. Give this guy a shout out in person. He's going to remember that the rest of his life.
Mm-hmm.
He really did save a majority of the bullpen, even the lower leverage arms for having to do stuff, which I appreciate.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, he went 6 2/3.
Yeah, like
He
that's
did
way
more
better
than
than you would have thought.
People were being like, "Oh, you got to bring up Dustin May for this." He would not have given you 6 2/3 under
And
no
he just
unless
wasn't
they were
ready.
No.
throwing
With
him out
8
there to die,
strikeouts?
Would have given you 6 2/3 runs on the board.
folks.
No.
If the Red Sox had lost today, man, after that ridiculous Cleveland comeback, like you would be going to play Cleveland.
Dude, That's a great point. The fact that they hit the 3-run homer in the 10th, the 11th inning, something like that.
Yeah.
That would have been what sent the Red Sox to Cleveland and the game at 1. Jerry?
Is anyone here upset about the opponent? Like, did anyone want Cleveland over New York?
I wanted Toronto if Kevin Gausman started and lost.
I've wanted the Yankees from the jump.
Me too.
Otherwise, it's all too close.
I would prefer if we had like one of our better horses in the lineup if we're going to be playing this team. Again, I care more than I should about not losing to this team for so long. And I just don't love, like, I love Crochet game 1. And I love Bayo game 2, but you have to win both of those. Like, I don't want to see a game 3. I really don't.
Same.
Mikey pointed out that ADA seating is for folks in wheelchairs, which, by the way, big fan of the 10 that I met on Friday before the game, who is in a wheelchair, who is coming. So he'll be up there with his dad. Got to meet him before the game on Friday, and he was like, fuck yeah. He's like, if I can get a wheelchair up in that bitch. And I was like, we'll make it happen, brother. We'll make it happen. So
we still got some ADAs, by the way. If you zoom in on there, still got some space.
Yeah.
And also, like, they could be on the floor too.
Yeah, sure. Shout them out.
Just going nuts on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it does suck that there were some folks that were upset about the 21 plus part of it. Like, that's not us. I would have done like the X's on the hands thing, but it's just like, it's a liability with the House of Blues, and
yeah,
it's a strictly enforced policy. I checked. I was like, what if it's like family? And they're like, nope. Like, okay, just asking. So.
These guys have been around the block. House of Blues, about 1 million.
They've held many a successful event, and we need this one to be the next one. We need you guys to show up for us, because if this one goes well, we'll be able to do more in the future. And if it doesn't, then I will fucking kill myself.
Okay. All right. Fair.
On stage.
So
I'll also kill myself.
Sell this thing out. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
At
the
House
House
of
of Blues.
Steve?
Hell yeah, dude.
You down for the pact?
I'm down.
That's
down.
a UAV. Make it a care package, Coley.
Let's end this thing.
Coley has kids.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Delete Me makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. Data brokers make a profit off your data. Your data is a commodity. Anyone on the web can buy your private details. This can lead to identity theft, phishing attempts, and harassment, but now you can protect your privacy with Delete Me. What do data brokers do? Your name, contact info, social security number, home address, even information about your family members could all be compiled by data brokers and sold online. The New York Times Wirecutter has named Delete Me their top pick for data removal services. I recommended Delete Me to Tyler Milliken because he just seems very fishable, so to speak. I'm sure you've been fished multiple times, but no longer, thanks to Delete Me. Take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me. Now at a special discount for Section 10 listeners, get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/section10 and use the promo code section10 at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to deleteme.com/section10. That's 10 and enter the promo code section10 at checkout. Joindeleteme.com/section10, promo code section10. All right, are we doing this? Oh, so I kind of propositioned you guys earlier. We can have the discussion live on the show. Only Steve answered, but I feel like we should have the conversation. Do we want to do like shorter episodes after every game, or do we want to wait for the series over to do how we always do?
Here's the thing, okay? Because we had talked about this a little bit when you were not on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Are we capable of doing shorter shows? Is a serious question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're incapable of doing shorter shows, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
I think it largely depends on ad reads too, because I think
there are no ads on these.
On playoff shows.
On these, that people have bought the 2 shows a week. Now we respect and love all. If we want to pop a blue moon on these, I think that makes a lot of sense for sure. But we don't have to do the whole gamut when we're still going to do a post series show regardless.
Yeah, my producer brain would tell me it makes the most sense to do it after a short series and do that as the recap of the series, and then if CALDS to do one on the off day after the first 2 games, off day after the second 2 games, type of deal,
type shit. That's fine. I'm just trying to give the people more. That's all.
No,
yeah,
of course, no,
same.
Perform
well.
Do you think it would be
wins.
a really tough pull too if we're doing the live show Tuesday, whatever time we get out of there, then everybody drives home?
Yeah. I had that
type
same
shit.
thought. Type shit. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that would be tough.
I think Wednesday night after the Sox sweep sounds good. Sorry, type shit.
Type shit. Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about it after the T.
I was just reading through a nice Twitter thread from Chris Hatfield, but Ali Sanchez will not be eligible for the wild card round, so we do not have to worry about the 3 catcher thing.
Thank God.
Red Sox playoff bound. Bullpen full nuts on the mound. Seti has been found. Old Masa has spawned. Hat tip, José De León. Hammy bomb, way gone. A series of haikus by Tyler Malonka.
Question for you, T.
Talk to me.
Do you feel a certain pressure that you have to elevate your game for your first ever playoff Taikus?
Yeah, I felt it on Friday, like when I was sitting there and I was like, I got on stream and we're having fun, and then I realized, fuck, like this is a big one. I was like,
yeah,
I've never made a playoff haiku, like just getting there, never mind a playoff game. So I'm gonna try to, I don't know if I can really plan it that much, but maybe it just needs to be really heavily in my mind a little bit earlier. Because usually like 6th, 7th inning, I start building it.
6, 7.
I feel like, Will Flemming will talk about it in other broadcasters where like they think through maybe possible calls they're going to make. I think I need to do a little bit of that too.
I mean, speaking of which.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. That, I got to shout out Will Flemming because.
Can't be any surprise though, right?
No, not a surprise at all. But that call was, I mean, that might be the call of the year.
It's up there.
It might be the call of the year.
Spanish one was great too.
Was it?
Yeah.
Pitch to Showdown is swung on and driven high and deep into center field. It's at the track. It is at the wall. Off the wall. Romy's coming to third. The Red Sox are going to the playoffs. Say down. Say hello to October. It's a 4-3
what?
walk-off.
That's a shirt. Incredible.
I mean, that's perfect.
When you scrunch your face when someone like is rapping and it's like, that's a bar. Like that was my reaction. I was like, oh my God.
Say done, say hello to October.
In some ways, it had to end that way.
Hey, you can't be better than that.
Kid in this ballpark with this energy, ice in his veins, and the Red Sox for the first time in 4 years are playoff bound.
And you just love that for this city, for this organization, for Cedar Rafaela, who has had such a tough time in this second half, and he's just continued to grind and keep going out there every night. And he crushes this ball off the wall in center. Romy's speeding around, scores the winning run. Once again in the City Connect, the Fenway Greens. That's all they do is walk off in these things. And off to October we go.
I mean, it's been a long season of great calls from Will Flemming, but to have capped it off with the best one, very fitting, very appropriate.
Wonder if he had that one in the chamber when Showdown came up, because we were all kind of thinking it's going to happen right now. Off the bat, he's like, I'm about to say the best line you've heard all year.
Yeah, people are going to fucking love this line.
He's rounding second. I'm about to say it. It's coming up.
Yeah.
Check this fucking shit out.
I am about to say the fucking greatest thing all year.
Clark's Ketchup Series MVP is brought to you by Clark's Ketchup. Drizzle that ketchup, and it is the final voting of the regular season for the 2025 Boston Red Sox. I know where I'm going with my vote. I don't know where everyone else is going at this moment in time, but we are about to find out. First vote for Ketchup belongs to Steven
Peralt.
William Peralt.
Nope, it's
Steven Christopher Peralt.
Andrew
Peralt.
Mm-hmm.
What's my middle name? What
the fuck is your middle name? I have no idea. Do you know, Coley?
I want to say Christopher, but I'm not confident.
JCC, is that right? Patrick.
No, that was my backup guess, but I don't think it is.
It's Alejandro.
What? Packet.
Go ahead, Steve.
Thank you, Alejandro. Packet to José De León for a very good start out of literally nowhere. Love that he got that ovation. Like T had mentioned, like we talked about, Sox would be heading to Cleveland right now if he got shelled in that start. So that was great. Packet to Jarren Duran for tying the clincher in the 8th inning in the Green Monster City Connects. And then for the go-ahead hit, that is why we're talking about Ketchup today in the finale. Packet to Justin Slayton. I know I talked about it, but him coming in there, getting those 2 outs in the 4th. And then obviously, they get out of that inning. Yoshida gets to run the bottom half of that inning, made a huge difference. Packet to everyone in the Red Sox bullpen, by the way, because I thought they had a great series. The Tigers didn't score a run after the 5th inning in this series. That was huge, keeping it close, especially in Game 1. But my MVP, this guy should have made the All-Star team. He then went on to have a mainly atrocious second half of the season. Like we mentioned, was pinch hit for on Section 10 night in extra innings when a relatively easy walk-off situation was sitting in front of him. But as AC told him, he kept his head up. He stayed positive. He stayed confident. He comes up in the 9th inning of a tie game with a postseason spot on the line. The entire season led to that at-bat. And like he's told us many a time, he expected to get the hit. He also had a 13-18 OPS in this series. Dude was in the middle of some of the biggest moments of the entire season. You cannot talk about the 2025 Boston Red Sox without mentioning his name. My Clark's Ketchup Series MVP, Showdown Rafaela.
Showdown gets the first vote for Ketchup. Let's see what the McMahon has to say next.
Obvious Packet for De León. Shout him out. Obvious Packet for the bullpen at large and what they did throughout this series. I think the obvious winner is Cedar Rafaela, which is why I'm going AC, because of what we talked about earlier. He pulled every string like a playoff game. It was the first real playoff game he's had to manage since 21, which is where we've seen him shine throughout his Red Sox career. I think you see all the Kirby Smart quotes come out of him the next day. No one ever fucking people had us 0-162. That's perfect. The Chiefs do it every year. They're in the Super Bowl. No one thought we could do it. Like, that's what
Pats
winners
used to do it
and champions do. Of course. So
Rodney.
that's winning material right there. So him being so locked in, feeling so vindicated for, I don't think he really meant earlier this year, but the last couple of years, it's been a shit show. People have been calling for his job because that's just what lazy takes do in the moment. So AC finally having a playoff-like atmosphere and being like, remember, this is what I do, is why I'm going my manager, Alex Cora.
I love the pick. I love the pick because it's always... The people are always loud when they want someone fired or kicked off the team, but like they never cheer. Like they don't keep the same energy on the opposite end of the spectrum when they deserve the love.
Yeah.
Same thing with some of the people that were wrong about Trevor Story. Same people that were, I guess, not wrong about Massa. Like I'm talking about myself here now. Not wrong about Massa. Like he was bad, but like when he starts going well, like I'm cheering for Massa. Like now that he's fucking hitting well, it's like, all right, yay. Like this, now he can be a threat in the postseason maybe. But then there's some people that will just dig in still and be like, no, he sucks. Like, no, he's hitting well. Like, and he's been hitting well for a few weeks now. But yes, thank you for your support of Alex Cora. Tyler Milligan.
We appreciate
your
continued.
Yeah, I'm right there with Coley. I thought Cora in that moment knew if it got beyond 3, it was going to be game. And you end up seeing the score. The Red Sox had 4 runs in their back pocket. It took all the way through 9 innings to do that. But not only just bringing Justin Slayton in, who I believe only 3 times this year has pitched before the 7th inning. Like to be that aggressive with that guy, and even in that inning to go to Steven Matz and say, I'm going to empty the entire clip here. That was just vintage Alex Cora. And 2018 is so far ago, so long ago, that I think people forget how important he was to that World Series run with a depleted bullpen where he essentially manipulated his rotation with David Price and Nate Eovaldi and all these different things to get you over there. There's no one in a playoff series I would want as my manager before Alex Cora, because when he's out there and his balls are on the line, he's going to be aggressive. He's not going to flinch.
Balls on the line.
Yes, Alex Cora does not fear. He is going to go with his gut. Whatever you want to put your nuts on.
The line.
The nuts are out
if we
there.
lose
No
the
one's
series,
touching
I'm not going to have balls after this. This is a lot on the line.
His balls are on the line, man.
But, you know, and he's had a couple games this month where it seems like he's pushed all the buttons. And yeah, there's going to be moments where you disagree and you feel like, oh, maybe Cora could have done that. That's part of 162. You're not going to always be right. But especially in the big moments, Cora's shown he's right way more than he is wrong. I do want to throw a packet to Garrett Whitlock, who struck out the side in the 8th. Looked absolutely ridiculous. Continues to look nastier than ever. Massa deserves a packet as well. Big hits in the first and third game, especially. The RBI single, a homer today. He's hit 2 homers in the last week and doubled his home run total for the year. So yeah. Shout out Alex Cora. I'm giving it to him. He knew what Friday meant, and he made sure he got it so Bregman could get a breather. Story, a lot of the veterans on this team. Hopefully that pays off when the wild card round starts.
That's the bet that AC and Booney have. Balls on the line. Loser gets their balls chopped off in this series.
Balls are on the line. Jake, who are you voting for Clark's catch-up MVP?
It's got to be the kid who's got ice coursing through his veins. It's every fucking time with this guy. Anytime you need him, he shows up. If he's doing this kind of stuff in the regular season, I can't imagine what he's going to do in the playoffs, and I'm just really excited to see it.
It's a great point. He may be like this the whole playoffs. Like he may just be this guy the whole time.
Wouldn't be stunned at all.
If he's Lil Poppy, look out for the Sox. That's 2 votes Sedan, 2 votes AC. Man, I didn't know we were doing AC votes now. I mean, I went into this being like, Cedar, it's pretty obvious. It's an obvious Cedar catch-up because I always vote for big swings, but then, like Steve said, Sedon had a 1318 OPS in this series. The next closest was Low Vaughn, 919. Like, no one was even close.
Packet for Low Vaughn.
Packet for Low Vaughn. No one has mentioned him yet. I'll even throw a packet to David Hamilton. Without that 2-run bomb today, the Red Sox don't win the game. They don't end up playing New York, and they don't win the series. So David Hamilton, definitely a packet for him. But I mean, Cedon had the big swing, and he had the overall just best statistical series. He had 455, got on base at a 500 clip. I do love my manager, but I mean, I think if this team goes on a little bit of a run, I think we're going to look back at that hit to win the game on Friday and say that was a continuation of a season that was very, very special for Cedon, and I'd love to cap it off with a Clark's Ketchup Series MVP.
Can I add something real quick to that? I know this is not normal, but I just want to mention it because it just hit me. There's a scenario where they lose that game Friday, they lose Saturday, or maybe however it would shake out. Yeah, they could lose then Saturday and still have clinched because of the Astros lost Friday night. So them and the Tigers would have been popping bottles in both clubhouses, which would have been crazy. That's not the way you want to go in. You want to go in the way they went.
Well, would the Tigers have not clinched if they won Friday?
No, the magic number was 2.
Right. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sox would have been potentially celebrating after a loss, which is what they did in 2017 when Teixeira hit a walk-off grand slam. It makes a difference. It makes it like,
woo, huge.
Woo, let's pop this fucking shit. It's like I think Let's Fucking Have It was that night, but
yeah.
Anyway,
let's fucking have it. I still probably have that clip.
Man,
I bet you.
I was like, wait, I don't think that's Sean Farrell.
Hang on,
I got it.
I got it right here.
He just has Let's Fucking Have It on demand. Yep, bang.
Yeah, button number 1, boom.
Boom. Okay, boom. That was 17 or not 16?
So it might have been 16. Might have been 16. It was one of those.
17 or 16, I think we got
fucking have it.
I think it was 16.
Right, because Poppy would have still been on the team.
Big or little?
Big.
And that's the most important thing. That's right. Fucking have it. That's right. Anything, you care for one another. And that's the most important thing. That's right. Fucking have it. That's right.
Let's fucking have it.
God, I forgot about that.
That's how T would say it in the moment.
You're 100%.
I guess.
Our balls are on the line. Let's fucking have it.
Like Nesson did not care at all this year.
No.
Shake that shit up, boys.
Yeah, they did not. Yeah, they let everything rip.
Yeah.
In 2016.
Which is what you should do. Everyone should understand that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's such a long season. It's so long.
Yeah.
Say what you want to say. Say anything.
Say what you want to say, Hogdale.
Man, the last drizzle of the regular season, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot believe that the season, the regular season's already over.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy, how fast the season flies by, considering how many games there are. But man, we're here. The playoffs are imminent. The Yankees are on the horizon, and we're drizzling ketchup. Man, for me, this series, it was really easy. I mean, there was exactly one meaningful game. Cedon had the big moment in that meaningful game. Cedon's getting my Clark's Ketchup Series MVP.
Okay.
José De León does get a packet, though, because he deserves a shout out. Shout him the fuck out. Boys, I mean, hey, it's just been awesome. This season has been sick. I'm, hoping with all my heart we continue to drizzle into the playoffs and deep into it at that. But, hey, man, if this is it, just wanted to say love y'all, and this has been sick.
Mm-hmm.
We're ready to go, though, and I like our chances against the Yankees. Fuck the Yankees. Love y'all. Goodbye.
Shout out Hogdale, man.
You're the man, Hogdale.
Hell of a season. Hell of a year for Hogdale. Hell of a year for Hogdale. Clark's Ketchup Series MVP, first year voter, and doing his streams every single night. Big hit at Section 10 night, so shout him the fuck out. To the rest of the panel we go. The next vote belongs to Jemai Webster. who said, gotta be Showdown. It's 5 votes Showdown, 2 votes AC. Next vote belongs to Tom Karen, who says Rafaela. 6 votes Showdown, 2 votes AC. The next vote belongs to OB.
I got Sogi.
Masa.
Cook. Just get after it.
Love it.
6 votes Showdown, 2 votes AC, 1
To be
vote
fair,
Masa.
Friday's game was on Apple TV. To be fair. Yeah.
Oh, he has no idea what happened.
He was like, walk off? What?
It's like the Sox were on.
And then I
News to me.
believe the audio submission today is both Wills and
Wow.
Lou.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that is I think that's the end of it. That was the only one. Yeah, we got Jemai, OB, TC, Hogdale. Yeah. So then the rest of the voters are right here on this audio submission. Without further ado, here they are.
Bump, bump, ba-na-na-na. We don't want to hear that at all this week as we conclude the regular season drizzle time for hopefully not the last time. After all the twists and turns, the Red Sox are going to New York for a 3-game wild card series. The War Pig on the mound against Fried. It's all happening. And I'm with Middlebrooks and Merloni for the final regular season drizzle, which will be the easiest catch-up in Clark's catch-up history. But, gentlemen, just a quick reflection. I mean, they win now for another game at home. They win 89 games this season, and drama up and down, a very likable team, and you get the matchup you wanted.
I am trying my best not to look forward to the next catch-up because it could be such a good one. I'm just... Now that it's all fallen into place with all the moving pieces that over the last couple of days of not knowing where you're going, who you're playing, when you're playing, well, it seems like we're going to the Bronx, and there's no better feeling than being able to put those guys out.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And Lou, we played the matchup game forever. I mean, first of all, we might not dive into this. How did the Tigers not put Riley Green up in the 9th inning? How do you not want to host a series at your ballpark rather than going to Cleveland? I don't get that at all. It's A.J. Hinch's prerogative. That makes no sense to me. But the Blue Jays get big swings from Alejandro Kirk. They're going to win the AL East. So you do get the Yankees. And in the end, right? I mean, you get Sox and Yankees in the playoffs. It's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is. But here's the thing. As we talk now, I don't know what's going on in Cleveland. It's tied up. So I'm trying. But on Thursday, I'm going to let you know whether I like José De León or I'm fucking pissed at José De León. Okay? Because we'll see how this thing unfolds. But it's Sox Yanks. I mean, come on. Crochet Fried. This is what you want. Like, you want this, and you want to send them home in their ballpark. This is going to be fantastic.
Again, they throw Paddock. I'm not saying the Tigers should have thrown Tarek Skubal. Not even a little bit. I thought it was actually a huge risk for the Blue Jays to go Gossman. Anyway, it's wild the way these teams manage so differently down the stretch. This is the easiest catch-up of the year. I think it'll be unanimous. It has to be unanimous, right?
It's got to be, Rafaela. It's got to be, right? That's the swing that clinched this whole thing. It's the swing that opened the champagne bottles. It's Rafaela. And if you say anything different, I'm throwing you out of the booth.
No, exactly. It is. That's a big hit. And it's nice to have him back. Dude got pinch hit for, 8 days ago?
Yeah.
By Nick Sogar because he was in just that bad of a place. Yep. And now he's walk-offs. He's he's back again. He got his 20th bag. He's feeling it. No, it's got to be Showdown.
All right, quick. We're going to do something a little differently here because this is such a different setup. We're going to New York. I'm going to ask you about the hitters, Will. I think I have a sense of what you might say, and then I'm going to talk to Lou about the guy who's going to have the ball in his hand on Tuesday in New York. Who's the guy that you're looking at going into that series in New York that you think might have the biggest swings of them all?
You know what? I know we talked a lot about Bregman. I'm going to go Jarren Duran.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Jarren Duran. I like his swings lately. He hit the ball hard today. Don't look past Nathaniel Lowe, who's been in the postseason before, a little slower heartbeat in these situations. But I'm going to go Duran with the short porch and right with a big homer.
I love it. Maybe Abreu's looking a little better. Masu's been hot. And that's a good thing. The offense looks much better. How awesome is it? This is the reason you make a signing like this. Will is holding his hand up. He's got something else to add. Let's see.
You know why I screwed up? It's not Duran. You know why? Because it's Max Fried and Rodon on the mound, and that's tough on lefties. So I am going to stick with Bregman then.
All right.
Let's go Bregman. It's time.
I like that, the Breggy bombs in New York. This is what you brought Crochet over for. And actually, in that way, I mean, I'd love to have him face Judge and the Yankees in the ALCS, but
let me flip that real quick.
It may. Those have been, like, those single moments have been like the highlights of the season, Crochet and Judge. How awesome is it to have him on the mound?
For the next 3 days, I'm going to eat bacon for lunch, for breakfast, for dinner. We're going to get a bunch. We're going to eat it before the game on Tuesday. The pig will come out in the Bronx. Now, this is, again, this isn't like in 2003, when I would walk to the ballpark knowing that it was going to be Clemens versus Pedro. Like, I wanted to sleep over at the ballpark the night before. Like, Monday night, you're walking into Crochet, and I'm guessing Fried, I would think. I mean, it's legit. I mean, it is like the excitement. And I kind of feel like this could be the beginning of some hatred, finally.
Yep.
You know, because you've got young Cora, and I think you've got another Cora in New York, and you got Crochet, who's going to be here a while. You got Fried, who's going to be there a while. So it's got all the makings of something special.
Well, you know, baseball loves it. I mean, it's the two banner franchises with the Dodgers and all the baseball, and you guarantee they match up for a series. So it's going to be fucking awesome.
Light the match. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get some anger, some fights, whatever. Cannot wait. Awesome regular season, guys. Sox win a series finale at last, so we can reflect on a great season and an awesome, awesome swing. Say Don, say hello to motherfucking Ketchup. He's the Clark's Ketchup Series MVP for the final time. Boys, we'll talk to you in the Bronx.
Say Don, your Clark's Ketchup Series MVP for sending the Sox to the postseason with one swing of the bat on Friday. Congratulations to Cedar Rafaela. Steve, how many ketchups is that for Cedar? 2?
That is 2 ketchups on the year for Cedar Rafaela. He joins Carlos Narvaez in the two-timers club. But this is big. I mean, I know we already announced it, but now officially, Trevor Story has won the season-long Clark's Ketchup Series MVP award with 7 ketchups.
Shout out to TS10. Also, shout out to Will Flemming and Lou Merlone and Will Middlebrooks and Mike Monaco and Lenny DiNardo. Like, their voice submissions over the entire season. It's a big part of what we do here. I feel like when the Red Sox win a series, people look forward to the voting and they look forward to what Will puts together, whether it's just him, whether he's got his buddies from the TV booth or the radio booth. It gives us credibility having the people that just call the series. And if you're watching on TV or you're listening on EEI and then you hear their voices on this show immediately after, it's very much appreciated that they take the time to do that after every single series. There hasn't been a series where Will Flemming was like, honestly, I'm kind of like, I'm trying to catch the bus. Like, I've got stuff to do. Like, I can't do it for the never. I can always count on Will Flemming to send in the audio submission for the catch up. Also, shout out to Jemai and OB and TC. We gave Hogdale his flowers. Everyone who takes the time to vote after every single series, it's very, very much appreciated because those guys, being individuals who cover the Red Sox closely, are recognizable names in the Red Sox media space. It gives Ketchup the credibility that I think people get excited about. Like, it's
not just Ketchup, the whole show. The whole show that we're doing here.
100%.
It is the great separator between us. There's a lot of Red Sox shows, you know what I mean? It's a popular fucking team. The fact that we have so many team employees, former players, not even just team employees, but guys who played in World Series, played in iconic situations that are like, you know what? I need to talk about this series specifically with the fellas and just get my take off. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's honestly one of the coolest things with this show. And I would say to the listeners, like, don't take for granted what we have here with the people like Lou, like Will, both Wills, Mike Monaco, OB. Obviously, I got my opinions about OB, but it's awesome that he does the Ketchup vote. And I actually really love the wrinkle of his vote that you never really know who he's going to vote for. That's actually a very funny part of this. When Jared says OB, I'm like, I have no fucking clue what he's about to say right now.
Don't know where this is going.
Jemai, obviously, like it's just it's an MVP team. TC, you go down the list. I mean, other teams don't have this, so definitely don't take these dudes for granted.
And it's the process of all of them like coming on over the off season too. Like you share the highs and lows and like kind of the growing of the season, and like to have them always checking in, it feels like one big family. It feels like we're always like, oh, you know, what's the latest from that person or the latest from that, and like I don't know, it's cool just to kind of follow all our takes and all our thoughts over the course of 162, but the entire winter on top of it. It's like you know where everyone stands over the course of an entire year.
It's also, I don't think we factor in, like, when these guys do the audio submission at the end, and obviously, mega shout out to Hogdale like we did. The fact that he sends it in every time is great. But, like, they're not always just, like, hanging out in the same booth. They gotta, like, coordinate how this goes. You got guys calling on TV, radio, like, to your point, Jerry, people have families, stuff comes up. Like, they don't miss any of these.
No.
And if we're talking about, you know, RIP to a legend, Jerry Remy, he'd want to get the hell out of there. He'd want to call the game and go the hell home. Like, these guys are sticking around to record an audio submission. And a lot of times in the last 2 months, in an obnoxious fashion, because they just lost the series finale. So it's like, all right, now we got to kind of get up for this. I really, really do appreciate that.
That is true. Like, there are some series where it's like, man, we just fucking took it on the chin. I just want to go home and drink in my like hotel room by myself. And they'll just hop on the mic and they don't half-ass it. It's always quality. It's always like very like a lot of thought gets put into what they have to say.
Very funny.
Yeah, always funny. Yeah, very much appreciated. And it adds. It's such a huge value add to our show. The fact that they like when you're just if you're a Red Sox fan. You can watch the game on TV, listen to the game on the radio, watch the post game on Nesson, and be like, all these people are interlocked into my favorite Red Sox podcast. Like it's all
crazy. It's honestly
they're all
crazy.
part of the universe.
It's just like we're the middle ground. We're like the post, like the old post that used to be in villages, and you'd walk up and see what everybody else said, and then go and tell your family.
Yeah.
We're the Village Post, man. I mean, it's great to be here. I do want to add real quick, Jerry, just the final vote tallies, the top 5 vote getters this year for Ketchup. As you would imagine, obviously, Trevor Story comes in first place with 74 Ketchup votes. Alex Bregman, Alex, with 33. He's in second. Third place, I was a little surprised by this. Wilyer Abreu ended up in third place with 31 votes. And because of Sedan's walk-off on Friday and getting a bunch of votes today, he jumped up to tied with Jarren Duran for fourth. With 28 votes on the season. Jared?
If the World Series Clark's Ketchup Series MVP is the gold ketchup, and the ALCS is the silver ketchup, and the ALDS is the bronze ketchup, what is the wild card ketchup?
A balloon.
I'm sorry?
Marinara sauce.
Nope.
Saying you'd beat the balloon, so you get a balloon trophy. It's just a big ass ketchup. I mean, we can just do a
large tomato, like an heirloom tomato.
I mean, I guess you could always move everything down one and make the World Series platinum ketchup.
Platinum, but I think that should be seasoned ketchup. No,
diamond ketchup.
Oh,
yeah, maybe
World
diamond
Series is diamond. Good. Yeah,
World Series is diamond. Season is platinum.
Yeah, that is it.
So this series coming up, they're trying to get bronze, is what you're saying.
So Trevor Story just won the platinum ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought we voted on that.
That's just like total ketchups. And
he won most ketchups for sure. There's no doubt. But in years past, we've also voted on it in the award show.
Oh shit! Okay, got me there. I don't remember that. Haven't we just given the biggest ketchup at the end to the one who wins the most ketchups?
That's usually who wins it, but like
Okay.
What we've talked about this before, like I would vote for Garrett Crochet, and he's simply just not going to rack up a lot of catch-ups throughout the course of the season. But I think he was the most important player on the team. So I do think there is a difference.
Isn't that just when we vote for Red Sox MVP though? I don't think we call that ketchup.
I thought that was the Clarks. Maybe I'm mistaken.
No, they might be separate.
To me, they're the same.
I think Steve is correct. I think we vote for Red Sox MVP, which is different from Platinum Ketchup.
Okay.
Yes.
Platinum Ketchup is most ketchups.
Yeah. And then Bronze Ketchup is, as everyone knows, if you win the wild card series.
Yeah, we're not fucking stupid.
Yeah. If you're listening, you didn't know that, you're a fucking moron.
If you win the wild card catch-up, you get the bronze catch-up. If you win the division series catch-up, that is the silver catch-up. If you win the ALCS catch-up, that is the silver catch-up. The gold catch-up. The gold catch-up. If you win the pennant, that's the gold catch-up. And then if you win the World Series, that is the diamond catch-up.
And again, this shit's obvious, but like we're just saying it for the people that maybe just tuned in for the first time.
Yeah. The idiots.
Yeah. Morons.
Yeah. The dumbasses out there. Say that again, T?
Dumb fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2:30. It's 2:30 in the morning.
I just looked up and I was like, no way. Okay.
No, yes way.
We're about to enter the forbidden territory.
Of what, hour 4?
No, post 2:30.
That would have been kind of baller though, T. The forbidden territory.
We're not far. We have a shot.
We
got to still preview the series.
I know.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Tactical move incoming! Stop and Shop. Look ahead. Stop and Shop.
Fuck yeah.
Look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop, we look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop, we look ahead.
Fuck yeah.
What's better than having to Stop and Shop, getting it done for all of you?
So Stop and Shop, look ahead, brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now. You can buy 5 pounds of tangerines when something 10 cents. I don't know. It's late. Stop and Shop, section 10. Yeah, so anyways, this
Mikey and Jake have just been bodying some
they've just been going in on someone.
Yeah, they've just been dragging them across the internet. It's very funny.
What's happening right now?
Mikey posted some pics talking about the yops. This guy tried to chirp him, and Mikey and Jake now just have him in a blender.
This is like David Ortiz and Trot Nixon on Tanyan Sturts.
Yeah, no. Ortiz has the bat over his head, and the Fox producers begging them to cut to a different camera.
Hey, pal, you just blow in from Stupid Town.
Clear, like I didn't see it because it's obviously an account that I have muted, so I have to unmute this guy. You guys legit think you're on the team. We got 3 Jordan 1s now, even on the field, walking tippy-toed in clay. What?
Yeah, he's not good at it.
Trying to chirp Jordan 1s is an interesting strategy.
And then, who's on there? Who is he saying is on the tippy-toes? Me?
Dude, he's tweeted like 1,000 times in the last 20 minutes of like, oh my God.
Yikes.
He's in a pack.
Just a rough scene.
He might have tweeted 50 times in the last hour.
Yeah, no, I have this account big time muted. Anyways, yeah. It's Garrett Crochet versus Max Fried in game 1 of the wild card series. The only way you can see it is if you go to House of Blues at Fenway and you watch the game with us. I don't believe they're broadcasting it anywhere else. So you do, unfortunately, if you want to stay home, you can't. You have to come to the House of Blues. Game 2, Brian Bayo versus Carlos Rodon. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
What else would have
nailed it?
The Red Sox are 9-4 against the Yankees this year, including 5-2 at Yankee Stadium. Garrett Crochet, 18-5, 2.59 ERA, a 103 whip, and an 11.2 strikeouts per 9. Crochet's first season in Boston saw him lead Major League Baseball in innings, strikeouts, while leading the American League in batters faced and strikeouts per 9. He capped off his season beautifully in a must-win game. 8 innings, 3 hits, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, 6 strikeouts. Crochet has faced the Yankees 4 times this year. He's 3-0, a 3.29 ERA, an 0.88 WHIP, a 12.8 strikeouts per nine, 39 strikeouts in 27 and a third innings. At Yankee Stadium, 2-0, a 4.15 ERA, a 1 WHIP, 13.8 strikeouts per nine, 20 strikeouts in 13 innings. One start was dominant, 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts. The Red Sox had the Red Sox had a big lead early, so he was in cruise control. 6 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 homer, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. We have covered his cutter struggles of September, but his sinker has been tremendous. 105 average, 184 slug. Easily his lowest average in slug against the pitch all season. The biggest jump for Crochet this year was his sweeper, 17th percentile run value in 2024 to 99th this year. The Red Sox were 23-9 when he started this year and 4-0 against the Yankees. Max Fried, 19-5, a 2.86 ERA, a 110 WHIP, and an 8.7 strikeouts per nine. For July and half of August, Fried had a bad 8-game stretch where he had a 6.80 ERA. He used the August 22nd game against the Red Sox to get right and had a 1.55 ERA and a 2.32 FIP in his final 7 starts of the season. Fried has faced the Red Sox 3 times this year, 1-1, a 1.96 ERA, a 1.42 WHIP, and a 10.8 strikeouts per nine. Fried allowed 19 hits and 7 walks in 18 and a third innings. He's lucky there were only 4 earned runs. He allowed no more than 2 earned runs in any of his starts. And the 2 Yankee losses in his starts came in 1-0 and 2-0 games. Fried changed his pitch mix this year as his cutter went from his 7th pitch in 2023 and 2024 and was his number 1 pitch this year. Lefties were actually more successful than righties. 598 OPS for righties and a 674 OPS for lefties. The Yankees were 22-10 when he started this year and 1-2 against the Red Sox. Brian Bayo, 11-9, 3.35 ERA, a 124 WHIP, and a 6.7 strikeouts per nine. Bayo was not sharp in the stretch, down the stretch in September. 5.40 ERA, 4.70 FIP. Some of his stuff, talking about his arm angle. However, he has been very good against the Yankees this year. 3 starts, 2-1, 1.89 ERA, 0.95 WHIP, 8.1 strikeouts per nine. His lone outing at Yankee Stadium was spectacular. 7 innings, 3 hits, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts got the win. Bayo did an exceptional job at keeping the ball in the park this year. His 16 home runs allowed were the lowest of his career in his most innings pitched in any season. Good for a 0.9 home runs per nine, which is very important against the home run reliant Yankees. The Red Sox are 16-13 when he starts and 2-1 against the Yankees. The Carlos Rodon, 18-9, 3.09 ERA, 105 WHIP, and a 9.4 strikeouts per nine. Like Fried, Rodon finished his season very strong, starting with his last outing against the Red Sox. 7 games, 5-2. A 2.53 ERA, a 3.58 FIP. The Red Sox really got to him in 3 starts this year. It was a 1-2 record, a 5.74 ERA, a 1.34 WHIP, and a 6.9 strikeouts per nine. The Red Sox had 5 doubles, 2 home runs, 10 walks, and just 12 strikeouts in 15 and 2/3 innings. Rodon does have, he's allowed 22 home runs this year. 6 were multi-home run games, including 1 against the Red Sox in June. He also loves a good walk. Of his pitches, all of his pitches were quite good this year, but the slider was the star. 133 average, 231 slug. The Yankees were 19-14 when he started, 1-2 against the Red Sox.
When I look ahead, it's a wind up dead if you don't listen to what Steve says. Even then, you might still wind up dead. Caught in a tornado, get smoked by your neighbor's shed. When I look ahead, when I look ahead, Billy's got me bears. Chew 'em with your mouth.
Weather Look Ahead is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
Chew them with your mouth.
You chew them with your mouth, Jared. The Red Sox head to Balloon Stadium, the exact location where they eliminated the Balloons from the playoffs in 2018 and across the street from where they did that in 2004. Wildcard Series Game 1, Tuesday. All these games are only on ESPN. 6:08 p.m. Eastern, first pitch, cloudy, 75 degrees, 0.1% chance of rain, 8-mile-an-hour winds blowing towards the right field foul pole, a.k.a. the short porch. Wildcard Series Game 2, Wednesday, 6:08 p.m. Eastern, first pitch, sunny, 66 degrees, 0.1% chance of rain, 8-mile-an-hour winds, once again, blowing towards the right field foul pole. A potential Wildcard Series Game 3. We're hoping we don't have to do it. 2-game sweep for the Sox, but this would be Thursday, also at 6:08 p.m. Eastern for the first pitch. Mostly sunny, 63 degrees. Once again, a 0.1% chance of rain. 4-mile-an-hour winds blowing in from center field. So perfect temps, honestly, for a massive postseason series, as it'll cool off as this short series moves along between the Red Sox and the Louisiana Balloons. That is your weather look ahead, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. You chew them with your mouth.
Okay, I know where I'm going. Prediction time. The McMahon.
Yeah, I mean, it's Garrett Crochet and Brian Bayo. So you got to go 2-0 with that. I simply won't accept anything less. And I'm pre-predicting my catch-up to be Romy Gonzalez.
I just, I mean, for Pete's sake, it's...
Tate?
Yeah, I think the Red Sox take the first two. I don't want to push it to 3 games either. I think the key here, attack that Yankees bullpen. You have the best bullpen in the American League right now. They're 23rd in bullpen ERA this season, 18th in FIP, 27th in the month of September. And I think we see late in these games how much an effective bullpen can really help you. Hopefully that first Garrett Crochet game, he's able to eat a majority of it. But, Aroldis Chapman, Garrett Whitlock, I'm looking at you two to really go and get the job done. And yeah, the Yankees at home, we understand what they do. They have 30 more homers than any other team in baseball, the best OPS in the sport. Still, even with all of that, they're tied for the 7th most wins at home. So this isn't an unstoppable team, as you mentioned, 5-2 at Yankee Stadium this year. Brian Bayo, Yankees killer. We know what he's capable of. 2.35 ERA, 3.25 FIP, and 11 career starts against them. This should be a spot where come in, make a statement, and you beat up on the Yankees this year. It's not going to be easy. There's a reason they have the best run differential, in the American League right now. I still feel like this is going to be a very 2021 vibes-esque situation. Go handle business, go shove it down their throat, and leave those Yankee fans crying once again.
Jake?
I got the Sox wrapping this one up on Wednesday night. I mean, we've steamrolled these guys all year. I don't see why it'd be any different on the biggest stage. I'd really just be shocked to see these guys playing on Thursday.
Okay. Fair enough. Steven?
Yeah, I got a ton of notes, but it's 2:40. I'll try to fly through this. Red Sox and Yankees have combined to play 38,639 games all time. They've played a grand total of 24 playoff games against each other. The teams are 12-12 in those games against each other. Sox are 8-1 in their last 9 playoff games against the Yankees. So yeah, whoever wins this series will have the higher winning percentage in postseason games against the other team. We're so in the moment right now, and I feel like we're going to hear all the rivalry talk and blah-de-da and all that, but this just doesn't happen often. Like, I think we're a little bit skewed to 21, 18, those weren't that long ago. From 04 to 18, I mean, that's a 14-year gap where you didn't get Red Sox and Yankees in the playoffs. Who knows? That could happen again here. The next time they face off could be 2039. So cherish this moment. Cherish the series we have coming up here. Cherish what is on the line. Yankee fans, in my opinion, have never had less ammo. Knocking them out of the playoffs would just make them feel like stupid idiots, and you just really want that so badly. I think they're in a decent position. I think the Red Sox are in a solid position to go into Yankee Stadium and win this series. Aaron Judge, by the way, I still feel like it's more probable than not that he's going to go his entire career without winning a World Series title. That would be a 16-year career with the Yankees, so definitely root for that because that's hilarious. For this team to go from trading away Rafael Devers to eliminating the Yankees in the playoffs would be a hell of a jump, especially after losing Roman Anthony. Fried 3-1 all time against the Red Sox with a 2.37 ERA. I'm not in love with that, but Garrett Crochet is dominant against the Yankees, 3-0, 2.90 ERA. Yeah, it's been a long journey to here. 1,439 days since the last Red Sox playoff game. The Sox had a +2 run differential since the Roman Anthony injury, so we know what the deal is with this team. We've been talking about it for a couple of weeks. The Sox need great starts and big swings. If they do that, they will have a date with the Blue Jays in the ALDS. Give me the Red Sox winning 2 out of 3, also known as give me the Red Sox sweeping. Give me the Red Sox sweeping. Yeah, give me the Red Sox sweep. 2 out of 3. It's 2:40 in the morning. I'm losing my mind.
Is on the table. Like
no, I know, but I literally right here it says give me the Sox in a 2-game sweep. We've done so many of these previews that I'm like, oh yeah, that means 2 out of 3. No, that means 2 out of 2. Give me the Red Sox in 2 out of 2 of these games at Yankee Stadium. I think they'll be back at Fenway, Jared, a week from Tuesday with a best-of-5 ALDS with the Blue Jays tied 1-1.
Hell yeah, brother.
Don't let this team without Garrett Cole beat you.
I agree.
It's as simple as that.
I agree.
Hey, Fried's postseason ERA too is dog water, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
Especially
Garbage.
recently, it's like
It's
a
like
7.
6.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like a 10. Yep.
It's like a 6-7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess sweep as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sox,
2 out of 2.
Sox win 2 out of 2. Yeah, I guess if you want to go to this game, the Game Time app gives the advantage back to fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in a few taps. It's incredibly easy to use, and the Game Time guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best prices. Plus, fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. I guess if you're in New York and you want to go, that's fine. But like if you're in the Boston area, you should be at the House of Blues. But like if you're gonna go to the games, or I guess if you want to buy ALDS tickets, you could probably use a Game Time app. That would make a lot of sense. Just wait for the Red Sox to come back to Boston, then you can use the Game Time app. So that makes sense. Yeah, download the Game Time app. Fees are included, so you can know your total upfront with no surprise fees at checkout. Save even more when you choose a section. You let Game Time choose the seats for you. Snag new ticket deals before anyone finds out by following your favorite teams in the Game Time app to receive alerts. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy your tickets. The lowest price guarantee or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry today. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10 for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Create an account, use the promo code SECTION10, SECTION10 for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. Okay. T, final thoughts. T, final thoughts.
I think Baseball Savant had a really cool update where now you can see the pitch usage.
Did you just glitch?
Huh? No, my internet is low key lagging a little bit.
Okay.
I just got robot voices for 10 seconds.
All right.
What was I saying? Yeah, Baseball Savant had a really cool update where you can now see the pitch usage depending on lefty or righty, which I think is one of the cooler updates they've had, and they've had a lot of cool ones. Besides that, watch out for Ben Rice. Let's not have a hometown hero story in the series. I would prefer not to have anything like that. No, I'm saying it so it don't happen.
If we're next to each other,
me and you,
and Ben Rice does anything,
I'm
going
punching
to
you. I'm
beat
swinging.
you to absolute shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of shit, Cam Schlitter, another local guy who will probably pitch Game 3 if it gets to that. So yes, don't need the hometown guys to have a good series. Thank you.
You're welcome. Steven, final thought.
Yeah. Buy tickets. Buy the tickets. House of Blues. Buy them immediately. Bring your cousin. Bring your friends. Bring your mother. Buy 1 million tickets. Buy literally every ticket, and let's pack that place. Honestly, it's been a crazy season. It's been a wild ride. Section 10's been a wild ride. I think back, I've been getting all bird's eye viewy because we got this big ass event coming up, and Cask and Flagon was incredible. Lansdowne Pub was incredible. The stuff we've done at Game On, watch parties there. It's really cool that we get to do this. It's really cool that we get to interact with you guys at these events. Let's make this crazy. Let's make this the wildest event we've ever had in the history of this show. And think about, yes, we've talked so much about the series, but like the Red Sox are about to play the Yankees in a fucking postseason series with Garrett Crochet on the mound in Yankee Stadium. You beat them in that situation. That is the most ammo you could have for the entire offseason going into next year. Let's be there. Let's bring the energy. Let's fucking have it.
McMahon?
As I say every postseason to any team that's playing against the Yankees, don't pitch to Stanton. Anyone else, pitch away.
Stanton, you're not wrong. You've said
Don't
this.
do it.
You've said this every year, and you've yet to be
right.
wrong.
Mhm.
Yeah, always right about
He's the best postseason hitter I've seen to like not win a ring, and he hits behind the guy who's the worst postseason postseason hitter I've ever seen. Who's the reason Stanton has no rings like that?
And Stanton's come alive the last couple games.
Yeah, because it's fucking his time of the year. Like, don't pitch when he knows, like, no matter what, I don't have to play baseball next month. Like, he empties the tank. Don't let him. Don't throw anything near. I don't care how good you think you are. Do not pitch to him.
Especially, he can't move. If he's on first, who cares? He can barely get to second.
Yeah.
Jake's takes.
Let's go win a fucking playoff series, fellas.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's big time. See everyone at the House of Blues on Tuesday. There will be a merch table there. My poor mother. Back to work.
I love you, Ellen.
Anyone else?
The GOAT.
Anyone else's fingers hurt? Because you just pulled landscaping duty. What movie, Eamon?
Happy Gilmore.
Thank you. All right, it's 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. It's been a long day. It's been a long weekend. It's been a long month. It's been a long season. So Monday will be for conserving energy to bring all that energy to the folks in the crowd on Tuesday night at the House of Blues for Red Sox Yankees. Like wild card game 1. Very, very excited. I know you can't tell my voice right now, but I'm about to fall asleep, but I am very, very, very excited. I hope to see you all there. It'll be the biggest show we've ever done. So bring your friends, bring your family, tell your friends. Very excited to see all you guys there on Tuesday night. Until then, October baseball is back in Boston. Ba-doop, doop, doop.
Buenas noches, amigos.